runner-up. That's what I got. That's why I gotta do better. I keep hearing words like energy.
All right, guys, this is the NASCAR Cup Series Texas live race reactions. This is the WURTH 400. Sorry, I can't really pronounce it right, but it's the WURTH 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah, just looking forward to this one. Hey, Gold Swag. Go ahead and show the live leaderboard. Go ahead and pull that up. Here we go. There y'all go. For some reason, I got a feeling Kyle Larson's going to win today. I got a feeling. That's a good question. Could be a possibility. Yeah, I guess you could. I haven't heard about Grayson County Speedway. I'm not really so sure about that. So, yeah, I don't really have an answer because I don't watch ARCA.
Oh, that's good news for us. Can't wait to watch Blaney, Logano, Elliott is back there, Chastain, Keselowski. Should I keep going? Those are some big names, and they're going to be coming up through the field, and we're going to be here for it. All right, let's go trackside.
All right, they're about to give the command.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome back actor in the upcoming movie Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Shea Winger. Drivers, start your engines. '38 of America's Best set to battle in Texas for 400 miles on FS1.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of.
And I do also have a feeling that this race is going to have multiple cautions, just like last year.
It is stressful out there. There's a lot of fun people making noise about great deals, but how do you know you're not paid more? We all need things to comfort us that we trust. Not only can you make 20% less than the other big guys, the price of your rate plan won't change for 5 years, guaranteed. Some experienced plans, families can save 40% today, price won't change tomorrow. Push guide, bold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that. What's wrong with going in circles? Different circles, Ross. Okay. Head for the mountains.
As a person living with diabetes, I'm all about making progress.
Oh, this sure is up in my wrong range.
Progress isn't about overhauling your life or always being perfect. My progress is making smart choices to help lower my bills with my Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. It's the little wins, baby.
Oh, that's cool.
Cost of other CGMs, but that's a big big win.
Try for free at freestylelibre3.us/share.
Check it out.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer.
This is going to be, by the way, guys, this is going to be, I'm not sure when the next live race reaction is going to be because I'm not planning on reacting to Kansas next week or the All-Star race. But the thing is, with the Charlotte, with the Amazon Prime races, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So, if I'm able to watch the races on Prime, I am going to be doing the live race reactions for that segment. If not, it is what it is. So it's
Moments fade to memories as time speeds ahead, daring drivers to keep up or get left behind. Fueled by ambition and audacity, they chase after time. Fear, doubt, and danger be damned. Because no matter how many times they've come up short or won before, all of them know it's just a matter of time until they're victorious again.
Welcome back to the WURTH 400, presented by Liqui at Texas Speedway. Field about to roll off behind that beautiful Corvette. Next car, and there is our pole sitter, Carson Hocevar. As he puts it in gear and rolls off, let's get work with him. Let's do that. How about you, Carson Hocevar? It's more in the boards on the booth, guys.
yeah, he was fast in qualifying. Carson Hocevar was.
Buddy, Texas is looking pretty good for you. Home track for the sponsor. Saw you out there with the cowboy hat on. Things are good. Everybody's behind you. You got the #1 stall. Tell me about your emotions going into this race.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really big for Fire Motorsports. All the men a little bit back there.
Carson, I've said this before. Carson Hocevar is a playoff contender. He just needs to have things go his way. The speed is clearly there for playoff contention. Just the execution factor is what probably their weak spot right now.
Their confidence up, our confidence back up, and just stay true to ourselves that we have speed. We have put the whole day together. This is one step closer to that.
All right, buddy. Good luck out there. Make today your day.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the WURTH 400 presented by Liqui. Carson Hocevar has his first career pole, and he shares the front row with the 2023 winner, William Byron at Morgan Chevrolet. Row number 2, a Ford Machine, winner Talladega Austin Cindric.
Denny Hamlin starts 8th, Bubba starts 9th, and Reddick, I believe, starts 17th, I think. Yep. And that guy said at the start of the stream, something tells me that Kyle Larson's going to win today. Something tells me he is. I mean, he did win the Xfinity race yesterday, substituting for Connor Zilic, I think, yeah.
Row 7, Zane Smith, who won the pole last week at Talladega, and Eric Jones in a Toyota. 7 top 10s in Texas for Eric.
Starting 15th will be Justin Haley, and Norman, Oklahoma's Christopher Bell. Row number 9 is Tyler Reddick and Noah Grayson.
Row number 10, there it is, the number 3, Austin Dillon, won this race in 2020. Cole Custer on his outside. Row number 11, Riley Herbst and Chase Briscoe. Row 12 will be Ty Dillon and Ryan Blaney, who DNF'd in the last 2 mile-and-a-half track races, but have shown speed. Regan Smith.
Well, 10 races into the season, and it has been tough to get net results from Ryan Blaney and this 12 team. Speed at almost every type of racetrack that we go to, but the end of the races has not been kind to them. Yesterday in qualified 24th, went out early, and because of that was back further in the pack than they wanted to be. But crew chief John Hassler said this race car is very quick. And keep an eye on this, guys. Ryan Blaney is the #1 rated passer in the Cup Series this season. He's going to be fun to watch coming through the field.
Row number 13, we have Monterrey, Mexico's Daniel Suarez, and Las Vegas, Nevada's 4-time Texas winner, Kyle Busch.
Row number 4, keep an eye on him, Joey Logano. He'll be following his teammate Blaney right up through the field. Count on it. John Hunter Nemechek on his outside. Lot of talent deep in the field. Row 15, Chase Elliott, last year's winner here, and Brad Keselowski, a 3-time runner-up at Texas Motor Speedway. Drivers who are past champions, many of them had struggled this season, but Brad has a great record here. Kyle Busch, 2 top 10s, last 10 of late, but 4 wins at Texas, most of any driver. Chase Elliott, last year's winner. They're all coming from deep in the field, along with Ryan Blaney, ranked number 1 in speed on mile and a half, and Joey Logano, most laps led among non-winners so far this year. Here's Jamie Little.
Mike, it's hard to believe for Chase Elliott fans, but this marks the 1-year mark since Chase Elliott drove the victory lane in a points-paying race. I talked to Alan Gustafson, his crew chief, and he's like, we're starting deep in the field, but you know what we did last year? It was a complete team effort. We were able to drive our way through based on strategy and take that victory. As for today, the car balance, it's good, and they are optimistic with a little help, a little luck, and a team effort once again. They can drive that beautiful pole number 9 to victory lane once again.
Thanks, Jamie. Let's see if our crew chief, Larry McReynolds, is as nervous as many of these drivers are going into this race.
I'm always nervous, Mike. It's been well documented throughout the pre-race. Texas is a very fast, unique mile-and-a-half track. In fact, it's the only mile-and-a-half track we go to where the 2 ends are very, very different. That becomes a challenge for the crew chiefs to get the car set up, driving good in all 4 corners. Now let's use a couple of our Toyota Camry cutaway cars and show you what Clint and Kevin was talking about the 2 ends. This is turns 1 and 2, 20 degrees of banking, mid-corner speed, about 165, little to no load on that left rear. Whole different story in 3 and 4, 24 degrees of banking, 13 miles an hour faster, and over 500 pounds of load in the left rear. Let's go to the left rear shock and pull it apart and see what goes on during travel. 1 and 2, not a lot of load, not a lot of speed, does not get against that travel stop. Whole different story again in 3 and 4, it gets against that travel stop hard. You have to do this for speed to keep the diffuser low in 1 and 2, but guys, you well talked about it. It becomes a challenge in those bumps in turn 4.
And a great explanation of the difference of the.
All right, I think we're going green next time. Bye.
But it's not.
It is not. And when that limiter starts to hit, from a driver's perspective, it just makes you feel so uncomfortable inside of the race car. But you want that thing to be as low as possible. So you have to live with everything that you can in 3 and 4 to get through turns 1 and 2 well.
Well, let's hear from some of the drivers in today's race.
This race is really difficult. We kind of watched it evolve throughout the course of the years. You have 2 totally different corners. 1 and 2, pretty flat, really flat entry, which makes it challenging. 3 and 4, you kind of can't mess it up. Compared to 1 and 2, you feel like you're just on the rails. So you try to set your car up for one or the other. You have to always working, trying to find that balance to be as good as possible in one, but it's not going to be perfect in one.
It is a perfect day to go racing. Temperatures in the mid to high 70s. Wind out of the southeast at 5, different direction than it's been all weekend. Hardly a cloud in the sky. We'll run 80, 85 laps and 102 laps in the third and final stage. Fuel window 62 to 66 laps. So it stops in every one of the 3 stages as we work our way through 267 laps.
Yeah, and all these drivers right now, the nerves are high, Clint. You know what you're getting ready to battle with in these conditions. With this particular racetrack, every one of these drivers knows how difficult it is. But they don't.
All right, here we go.
When it gets down to the end of the straightaway, turn 1. Here we go. We're going to find out. They started pit road.
Green, green, green. All right.
Starting line and WURTH is underway. Wayne Byron holding really strong on that outside. That's impressive, Kevin.
Well, we had the truck race and Xfinity race here. We saw that second lane. You got to be really careful right there up on the top early in this race.
He liked it. He got better of it, didn't he?
About 3/4 of the way through that corner in turn 4. That's where that biggest bump is. You have to have the car going straight.
No surprise. Carson was our first career pole, hometown sponsor. Big day for him. You knew he'd do everything he could to win that first lap.
Well, as you saw in qualifying, he's not afraid to push the gas pedal down, and that's what it takes here in Texas. I think the biggest challenge for Carson and his team is going to be when we get into these cycles of pit stops and all the things start to happen that it takes to win these cup races on pit road and on the restart strategy, things like that. So the more you're up front, the more you get experience with that, these guys are going to get better and better at it.
Well, keeping that throttle down and keeping that track position, clean air out front was so important. And he won that battle so far. It's going to play dividends. Had trouble getting off the two, though.
Byron trying to get back on the
He had
outside.
trouble getting off the two. I think got high, Kevin, had to lift and almost got passed by Byron.
Well, what happens a lot of times right there, you get these early laps with a lot of clean air and a lot of grip. But that car will take off. The exit of turn 2 flattens out really quickly. And if you get to that 3/4 mark around this corner right here, and that car is a little bit too high, it's going to take off. And sometimes it will bite you because it will slide all the way into the wall.
Single file through the top 10. As we mentioned, a lot of top drivers started deep in the field. And who got off first and best? The Trackhouse drivers, both Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain, +4 spots. Suarez now +6 from where he started. As Kyle Busch drops to the inside on Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott's tire tracks.
And you saw what happens right there in 3-4. When you don't finish that pass and then you get stuck side by side, then it allows that driver behind you to get a huge draft when those cars are side by side. And then you take a chance to get a pass. Now they're side by side again, the 8 and the 1.
They're your biggest movers so far. Joey Logano up 5, Ryan Preece up 3.
And I'm pretty impressed with that 9 car being able to make that semi groove work right there already, Clint, through turns 3 and 4.
I'm pretty impressed with Joey Logano. Up 5, up 6 already. Already rolled right around his teammate. I thought he would be the one that he'd follow through there. You're riding with Logano. That's the Brothers Pizza Cam on board the number 22. Currently in 21st, +6 from where he started.
Yeah, I saw Scott Hunt down on victory lane. The Hunt Brothers Pizza folks, such a great supporter of this. Joey's on the move here, though, so we knew that there would be some definite movers from the back of this field with as many good cars as we had started in the back.
Only one of them has cracked the top 20, however, and that is Gregson. Looking right here, just ahead of Logano, just ahead of Gregson is Daniel Suarez. And he's made the biggest march toward the front and the only one up in the top 20.
And you're going to make your biggest chunks of time on those restarts when the cars are all over the place and guys are trying to go 3 wide, 2 wide. And you can make the most ground right off the bat on those restarts. Once these cars get single file, then it starts to get a little bit harder until the tires start to go off the second half of the run.
8 laps in, Larry Mack. How's your strategy layout for the day?
Yeah, Mike, a pit stop for fuel, as you mentioned, leave it in each stage, split the stages in half, maybe actually come a little early to get advantage of those 4 fresh tires. Don't be afraid of different strategy. 2 tires, fill up, even staying out on tires without long laps on them. Track position will be king. And Mike, a lot like Darlington, race the racetrack. Exit of turn 2, the bumps in turn 4 we talked about, you cannot let your guard down anywhere around this mile and a half track.
Remember last year's race here, a record number of caution flags for Texas Motor Speedway, 16 of them. Pole sitter Carson Osavar has led his first.
Yeah, he drove away from Byron. He's now up to a full second.
All 9 of them so far ahead of William Byron and Austin Cindric.
When my doctor gave me Breasttreat for my COPD, things changed for me. Breasttreat gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
Breasttreat won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttreat more than prescribed. Breasttreat may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breasttreat.
This is Harvey's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoker. This is Harvey's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. This is Harvey's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first of its kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of the pistons.
The days are America's number one manufacturer, made right here in the USA. The Viper is over any surface with large industrial grade packaging. We do full of packages, perfectly aimed backwards. It's a comfortable house, a thick durable seat. The sturdy metal provides stability, immense capability. Trusted by the best. Viper chairs every day. So anything else you want to do. So stop wasting money on 2 cents and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. Don't miss out on the biggest deal of the year. Save up to $200 on select packages, plus free shipping on orders. I've heard it.
Just a little bit, and like we typically do well, we'll just have to play off the guys around us. We've seen times here where the strategy can kind of get flipped, so I just want to make sure whatever we're ready to communicate in the moment, execute it in well, and we do that. People try to be there at the end. Team 5, here we go. We started 4 and we went 5th. Most of our Byron, Cindric, and McDowell, all Chevys in the top 5. For Austin Cindric in 3rd. The first Toyota Denny Hamlin back in 7th. Not much movement right now, Kevin, but what are we waiting on? These tires are going to wear out. Yeah, well, we don't know if they'll wear out, but they're going to fall off at some point. So it's going to be, we're expecting it to be sudden. We're expecting that chunk of time to happen. We don't know exactly what lap that will be because this is a new left side tire. So everybody's experimenting a little bit.
Carson Hocevar still driving away. He's been looking good.
Carson Hocevar looks like he has spit out the pit. He has had the fastest lap on track. Every lap of this race, including the fastest lap of the race. Jamie, is there any holding it back?
I love what you said there. He's a young colt. He's winning this race for the first time. I listened to his radio, and I'm just telling him, don't overdrive it. You know, he ran the truck race on Friday night, and that really allowed him to know what to expect with this track and how it's going to change. Right
Dang, he might add some. I'll tell you what, man. If he doesn't make no mistake, if Carson Hocevar's team and himself doesn't make any mistakes in this race, he's gonna actually have a chance to. He has a chance to win this today, man. Like.
Right side tires on that bottom half part, that groove moves up. I always felt like the paint a little bit of grip as the rubber would build up on there. And with 2 races already in the books, we're starting to see these cars spread out at least 2 lanes.
Now, Logano's march to the front door has stalled. The last time we saw him, he was right behind right behind Daniel Suarez. And that's the way they run right now.
Yeah, and as you see those cars get side by side, now we see Chris Buescher up the racetrack right here.
Oh no, Greg's in. Oh, caution's out.
And that'll be the first caution flag of the day, lap 21. See signs of contact on either side of the car.
Well, it happens in a hurry here, Mike. So a lot of times,
It looked like he just lost it to
we
me.
saw him up the racetrack. So
I am pretty close to Suarez as well. Let's see. What happened?
Not anything so long, slow, lazy slide.
Well, that's good news. See him right behind Suarez here. Rolling into turn 1, looking to the outside. Tricky to get up there high.
Oh.
They just came around on him.
Yep.
yeah, and that's the tricky part about this car. You saw one low, he was right on the right there, quarter panel to 99.
That's exactly what happened. Just lost it.
In front of him. So, see that thing bounce off the apron. See that car
Didn't take much, did it?
No.
As soon as that thing did sideways, it was gone. Good save. No harm, no foul. Wore tires out, but in open pit road is going to shake this race up
immediately.
Yeah. Here's Joey Logano's view.
Yep, just went out on his own.
So first caution today, Larry Mack. I guess if you stop now, you can run the rest of the stage from here.
Yeah, everybody's got to stop for at least fuel, but I think this sets up the strategy, Mike. What I've seen with the fall off, I want to put 4 tires on that race car, but I think clean air is key. If you're on back in the pack, this is where we may see some 2-tire stops right here just to get that track position, but I need some friends to do it with me.
It's a good thing, Philip. You got friends out here, Larry?
Bring your friends with you to the racetrack.
That's Chad Fincham up high. He will get the free pass and get back on the lead lap, running his second race of the season. And most everybody, not Denny Hamlin.
Oh, Denny's staying out. Oh, okay.
Like this caution, a good opportunity for Josh Berry to adjust on the 20.
Wait, is Denny the only one staying out?
Especially in 3 and 4. He said he's terrible down there.
Okay, we're just gonna have to wait and see how that goes. I mean, maybe the clean air might help us out.
And the 24, William Byron said he's balanced at both ends. Not something you hear too often here. Look for right sides only, maybe 4 tires for the 24. Meanwhile, Carson Hosbar, they talked about right sides only. He wants a small air pressure adjustment for the 77, Mike.
There's your strategy, shaking it up. 2 tires.
Yeah,
4 tires,
looks like.
everything in between.
So 3 of the first 4 to exit pit road, actually 4 of the first 5, took on.
Those are our last 3 spots. Cindric is the first one off.
11 spots.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Check it out.
Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Wearing regular shoes feels this cramped. For glide step, wide fit, hands-free Skechers slip-ins feel like this. The Skechers slip-ins just step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins.
This is the new beginning.
Where common sense,
Is our common ground.
where American values unite us and don't divide us. This is a time to come together.
For you,
For me,
For all America. It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original Veridesk, the world's leading standing desk solution. Imagine working happier and healthier with a workspace designed for your comfort. Veridesks are easy to set up in minutes, and they're built to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your work and your well-being. Plan your dream workspace at Very.com.
Picture this. It's 102 in the shade, and you're closer to the sun than anyone. But it's cool, because you're cool. You're geared up in true work. High-performance workwear engineered for skilled pros who demand the best. Light, airy, flexible, and strong. This is technical gear that sets you apart, so you can show them what you're really capable of. When the temperature and the stakes are rising, True Work helps you be your best, when your best matters most. No sweat.
WeatherTech products are designed and manufactured in America using only American raw materials. Most competitors make things 7,000 miles away and then wonder why they don't fit. With WeatherTech in your vehicle, you may hear angels singing as you marvel. How do they do it? Simple. American technology and American workers deliver quality, not imported junk for a few bucks less. Get the world's best floor liners and support America. Find your fit at WT.com.
Welcome back to the Worth 400, presented by Texas.
All right.
You're watching from the aerial coverage provided by Goodyear since 1925. The Goodyear Worth has been inspiring fans to keep looking up and keep driving forward. Joey Logano, Scott Keith in his box, had to back up to get out. And Denny Hamlin did not stop because they used code words and somebody didn't understand something. So he came in the second time around.
Oh, good grief.
Over the wall too soon, Ty Dillon's crew and speeding.
Oh boy, miscommunication, I guess. I guess you could like to call it.
Not what you want
And
to have happen. We see it every week.
speeding,
We see those
well,
speeding penalties right there. And
off to a rough start.
rebound again from the back of the pack.
Pretty big mistake on Hamlin's behalf. That's good.
That cost us big time. All right, back to green.
Really late start there in that restart zone. That's not the normal, but Austin definitely mixed it up right there.
With someone going 3 wide on top. Side by side. Oh, Barry and Cindric made a little contact. Austin Cindric to the lead. Oh, Busher. Man, slides up in him. Slide in him there.
The restarts here at Texas Motor Speedway are some of the most intense moments that these drivers will experience all year. You saw some moments right there that didn't look that big on TV, but I promise you, inside that race car, it scares the heck out of you.
Right behind Mr. Michael McDowell charging forward. Had a good qualifying run. Restarted 8th, picked up a spot here on the restart. Jason down.
I like what we have here. We're going to get a good snapshot of the two tires, right? They kept the track position. Schindler, Barry being able to hold on to that. We know these 4 cars are going to have an advantage coming up through them.
Now, Hocevar got a good jump there on the restart, and why not? He's the first car with 4 fresh tires. That's 77. Currently in 4th.
Well, now we're going to see how good that 77 car is. You talk about those 4 tires, but putting it back in traffic, that's when you find out the most about your car. Whether that you're going to be mixed up in traffic all day, Clint. Sure, you want to cycle back towards the front of the paddock with something easily happening, but you want to be able to make some moves as this race goes on.
Let's go back to the restart. Have a look at it.
Well, you see the 2 and the 21. This is in turns 3 and 4, but you see the front of that car, the way that car bottomed out and then it shot the front end up the racetrack, allowed made Chris Buescher have to check up. And
That was a wreck that didn't happen.
that was a wreck that didn't happen. Both those guys pretty lucky right there.
Tell you what, I'm impressed with Ty Gibbs. He was making some gains there on the outside, going for it. Everybody's cars, they know what to expect now. You knew that restart was going to ratchet up, and it'll only intensify from here.
Yeah, and I really like the way that Ty entered turn 3 right there. He had his right side tires on that hash mark, and then he would let that car go down the hill. So the one thing that we noticed about that 54 car yesterday, he's up the racetrack right now, but his car was really versatile in being able to run lower and qualifying in a lot of the practice laps.
So there are 3 of the Joe Gibbs cars, Briscoe and Gibbs, along with Christopher Bell. But here is Denny Hamlin. Because of the mix-up in the code words and him not bidding with the rest of the leaders the first time pit road was open, Hamlin restarted 36th, and he's picked up only 4 positions since we restarted. Well, they got to sort it out with a little bit of humor involved, but Hamlin's got a rough road to go here for the 32nd. And he did not get a big Texas welcome here. A lot of noise when Denny Hamlin was introduced, but not a lot of them were cheers.
Well, you definitely don't want to be all hat no cattle in this type of situation. If you're gonna put yourself in those types of scenarios, you better back it up.
Well, he's not going to have to work hard to do that. He's going to need some help. You're not just going to drive all the way through this field of this racetrack today. You're going to have to wait for a caution to come out, try to do some strategy and get all set. Make sure that you have those code words right next time.
I never liked the code words claim. They always wanted to use code words, and I was like, no. Just tell me if I'm gonna no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires. I don't really care if you do when I'm sitting in the pit box. Just give me a normal call, because that's what happens, right? You try to overcomplicate things because everybody else is doing it, but what difference does it make? They're gonna do their own thing anyway. So
Cindric's not driving away from Josh Berry.
Yeah, I guess since we're in Dallas Cowboy country, that's the terminology, because Austin Cindric, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, that's right side tires open. Did he hit the wall there?
It was very close.
It looked like
got tight off the turn 4 there, Larry. Sorry to interrupt you there, but he got really tight. I mean, he all but hit the wall on turn 4, and he's holding this pack up right now. You can definitely tell that the 21 and 17 cars are better, and
2 tires are definitely falling off. If he didn't hit it, it was close, really close.
In stage 1, Austin Cindric has been out in front now for 13 laps. After Carson Hocevar led the first 22, and Denny Hamlin with 1 lap under caution.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
And I keep weight off.
Reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only weight management medicine proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events such as death, heart attack, or stroke in adults with heart disease and obesity. Don't use Wegovy with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines or in children under 12. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking. Get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Call your prescriber about vision changes, if you feel your heart racing while at rest, or if you have mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, flu or upset, headache, feeling tired, dizzy or bloated, gas, and heartburn. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Let me go.
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
I'm lowering my CV risk.
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy.
Did you know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy. And every time they tell me with Danny Hamlin. But Danny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Let's go see what NASCAR will prime. Let's do this. They're not big. It's close 600. Green flag. Nashville. Michigan? Hell yeah. Man, Mexico City. Someone say road course? Finally, Pocono. Stream all 5 Cup Series races. NASCAR. It's on time. Come on.
Play the Fox Super 6 NASCAR Challenge. Download the Fox Sports app right now and enter for free for a shot to win cash prizes. See the Fox Sports app for details. Austin Cindric has now led 18 laps. Josh Berry's had a look at it, and Chris Buescher, who was 12th prior to the last caution flag, he is right there with the leaders. Another of those cars that took 2 tires. There's the 4th performance cam view. Buescher. Let's show you what happened to Austin Cindric.
See up high out of the groove, higher than Barry already.
That's as close as
Yeah, that was really close.
And I wouldn't want to be the decal on that.
And even off of the exit of turn 4, Clint, you know how fast that banking rolls down, and that problem starts late center of the corner. And as you start to try to just put a little more wheel in that car, next thing you know, you kind of jump over that, you jump the curve there, and it just takes off on you.
Well, I tell you what's taking off is the speed in this 2-car. He is struggling. He's holding this lineup. You can tell they're getting close. They're having trouble getting around him, get air up tight. Josh Bale's right to him, and they get tight and have to reset and then go back after him. But Busher, this Busher is impressing him.
He's coming, Ryan.
Like he is coming to the front very rapidly right now. And the things worked out perfectly for him in terms of that first caution. Crew Chief Scott Grant said, if it presents an opportunity today, I will be very aggressive with my play calls on the pit box. Didn't feel like they were aggressive enough last year. It cost them a good result. Keep in mind, Chris Buescher, a hometown driver, trying to get his first top 10 in Texas, looking good right now.
Well, you see right now, it's kind of a cat and mouse game as you go into the corner. You want to go the opposite
Ooh.
way that car in front of you goes.
I think Buescher got a little
You see
loose.
Austin Cindric, he keeps mixing it up. He's in that second lane, and if he can keep the momentum.
Tyler Reddick inside the top 10 now, so that's good. I saw he's wearing a very cool diamond-looking Jordan paint scheme, man. I've seen it, man. That paint scheme looks so fire.
Chris Buescher is right there to capitalize on that main pass, and that's what you hope for.
Some of the biggest movers.
Oh, and now they're just showing, okay, Denny Hamlin up 6 spots, Reddick up 5.
6 from the back, Ryan Blaney from the back. Priest and Brad Keselowski's been passing cars.
On the Reddick fans, put a smile on your face. He is fast, ladies and gentlemen.
Be very cool if he wins today. Very cool.
He's making passes, and he's doing it on the racetrack where others can't. You see him on the outside of the racetrack. You saw the car bounce right there. That tells me that car is making good grip. If you've got the confidence in your car to go up and run in that outside groove,
Well, as these groups spread out, you see the 5-car of the racetrack, and when this racetrack starts to have choices, those are the 2 guys that you really start to point your finger at to say, okay, now you got to be versatile. You got to move around. The group keeps moving up, and the 5 and the 45 are definitely the 2 cars that we would point at that can do that better than anybody.
Now, here are the first 2 cars with fresh tires. Larson and Ford in 5th with 4 fresh tires. 3 ahead of them.
Larson, too. I'm watching Larson. You can see he's a little nervous getting into the corner. That car's flying off.
Also, he looks like he dropped back a spot.
Look at Hosbar get tied into his weight.
Here comes Byron to the inside now.
And
that 5-car did that on purpose. You know, he saw that Hosbar had a run, and he actually pulled that car back down in front of him, and that caused Carson to lift off that corner and allow William Byron to all but go by him.
We have a heat miss. Went into the corner, drove it way up in there. The car took off the hill. Now, both of our back to his inside with the upper hand.
All right, so there's 2 of them. Rick Chevrolet's up into the top 5. But Jamie, one of their teammates, who usually does very well here, not having a great day so far.
No, he's not. He was pretty optimistic coming in, and he told me this morning they were better than where they qualified 11. But things got a little bit worse when they came down pit road. The front changer had an issue with the gun, and that extended their stop. He lost multiple spots, restarted 19, and he's since lost 2 more. Not going anywhere back there in 21st.
Shane Smith there just ahead of Bowman. Smith in the 20th spot. Midfield there. 30 to go in stage 1.
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick had a Gibbs there.
Yeah, you saw Tyler Reddick. He just went around the outside of that 54 car. We think these are 2 of the best cars on the racetrack, but this group is moving up rapidly, Clint. I think, you know, if it does, it's going to be really hard to make any passes on the bottom of the racetrack.
$29 to go in stage 1. No better pairing than a nice cold Busch Light, country music, and NASCAR. So grab your tickets to the Busch Light Summer Music Series concerts today. Or follow on Busch Beer at Busch Beer on Instagram and learn how you can win a VIP concert experience. Concerts in Michigan, Chicago, Street Race, Iowa, and Gateway.
Looks fun.
It does look fun.
Busch Beer.
Nobody concert. Nobody does fun as good as Busch Light. So I had a great number of years with those folks, and they do a great job.
Like you had that used to first to the top.
Bubba Wallace climbing in 12th spot, as you saw there from the Toyota onboard cam. Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, 3 Fords in front of the field in Texas.
Motorsports isn't complicated. It's made up of races where you go as fast as you can, as best as you can, as sideways as you can, and whatever this is. Our team, Toyota Gazoo Racing. We make some seriously fast cars. This one and this one, definitely this one. And they all have great drivers, ones that win a lot. Look at all these legends. The hottest drivers right now are him, her, and this guy. They're all part of a big happy family of speed teams. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of Bacon Eater is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California, to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
I used to struggle with dandruff and scalp issues, but then I started using Head & Shoulders every wash because the active ingredient in Head & Shoulders fights off the microbes that cause dandruff. Microbes are in everyone's scalp and can cause irritation. When you use Head & Shoulders every wash,
Keeps these rascals at bay. It helps prevent dandruff before it starts. What do you think you're going?
see, no flakes down here.
Yeah, looks great.
Hello. Make every wash in.
Bush guy, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, take note of recognizable landmarks. Like that. What's wrong with going in circles? Different circles, Ross. Okay. And for the mountains.
Don't miss your chance to race for the Phillies. The NASCAR Powerball Playoff is back. Enter now for the VIP trip to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway, where you could take home $1 billion. The race for the million is on. Powerball, the official lottery of NASCAR. Home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. It's the tale of a farmer man, searching for love all across the land.
The girls were trying to touch Matt's on products. Didn't like it.
What's the wonder? All new Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu. In 1988, Fox changed television forever.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
With nearly 1,200 captured, the legacy.
So many commercials, man.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
The biggest Texas Motor Speedway crowd in the last 15 years enjoying the WURTH 400. Austin Cindric had led a total of only 9 laps in his first 23 starts on mile-and-a-half tracks. But today he's picking up right where he left off.
He's
led over.
I don't know if I think I had him missing the playoffs this year, and so far, I mean, he's doing better than I expected this season so far. Like doing. Aces here, boys.
Hey.
So Cindric is leading right now.
Yeah, I see that.
And as that groove keeps widening out and they keep getting that rubber burn into the racetrack, it's going to gain grip. It's going to widen this thing out. That is going
Okay, Denny's up to 26.
Back in traffic trying to make passes. You gotta go where they're not. You cannot drive in their wake. They're extremely tight.
Tyler Reddick, he is fast. So he's up to 7th now.
I know he's Australian second. Yeah, Colin's Australian.
So on that pit stop, and when that first caution came out, he, Cindric, and Buescher, I believe they all took 2 tires instead of 4. So that's how they're able to get up front.
Yeah, and what'll happen here with this car, Larry, a lot of times into turn 3, as the race goes on and you get in traffic, the front of that car will actually want to go straight. So you actually have to either let that thing sit down really nicely and drive it in further, or you have to use a little bit of brake or something to set that nose to get that front end to work, because you almost let off before you turn into the corner cut, and then let the front set, and then drive it through the corner with as much throttle as it'll take.
Well, if you don't, you pay the price. You see that time and time again. Boy, Brad Keselowski, he has been hustling on the outside, doing everything he can to try to get by Riley Herbst. Thought he had him a lap ago, couldn't clear him.
And it's tough. And when you have this second group and on this particular racetrack, you see it clear Riley. Well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, right. That's exactly what you're talking about there, Mike.
Same on second verse. It's a frustrating pass, isn't it, Kevin?
Texas has not been that bad in I don't even know how long.
But you can get yourself in trouble so quick as we
Reddick up to 6, just past Byron.
We talk about how tough it is to pass in certain situations, but Tyler Reddick, as versatile as his car seems to be, he's not having any problems with it. With the pace that Cindric is running, has allowed him to catch this lead pack quick.
Reddick's the fastest car on the racetrack right now. He restarted 14th, and he has gained 8 spots up to 6th. So Austin Cindric, the leader, Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, 3/4. Leading Larson and Hocevar Chevrolet and Reddick's Toyota. 15 to go in stage 1 as we take the box side by side.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California, to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
It is stressful. And a lot of fun companies are making noise about.
I swear we literally just got off a commercial break box. There goes Reddick inside, just passing us.
Oh, the 35 and the one they had some contact.
T-Mobile's new experience plans. Families can save 40% today, and price will change tomorrow.
So how many ads have they sold?
You can get a summer for just $3.
All I know is I think we literally just got off commercial break, and now they want to advertise more. Remember at Talladega last week, they throw on commercials for like, what, less than 10 minutes?
It's not about the cars. The speed. The action.
Oop. Yep, contact there between Riley Herbst and Chastain.
It's about them. The ones that gave everything.
Now Reddick is now up to 4th. Oh, at this point, Reddick might as well win the stage because
It's Saturday night. Game night or date night. You catch a rom-com or surprise. They make out at the end.
oh, Buescher looks like he's underneath Berry for a minute. Oh, Berry was able to get on.
You get the best seat in the house. If it's Saturday night, it's Baseball Night in America. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Well, as you've seen, second place is the race. Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick. Racing toward the playoffs. Here are the winners this season. They are locked in with 1, 2, or 3 wins. Drivers with consistent good finishes in a good playoff position. And then look at these drivers. Non-race winners, but they've been piling up the stage points, and they're all in the top 16, hoping to advance to the playoffs.
All right, where's the opportunity, Kevin? We're starting to catch some lappers. That's something that we haven't seen before. Obviously, Reddick working on Josh Berry right there, but as these leaders catch the lappers, they're
Oh, Cindric.
seeing it already.
Cindric's very slow.
That lap car right there really had to check
Oh,
out.
it looks like the load has something going on.
And that's the trouble with the 2 tires. And now you're going to see the weakness of that 2 car. He's been driving in clean air. Now he's caught the back of the field. Now he's going to have to navigate traffic. And you're going to see these guys immediately just...
Now Reddick is going to get underneath Berry. Josh once
The
again.
only car on this racetrack can move. He can go wherever he wants to. That car answers the call.
You know, once Denny Hamlin retires, I don't really think I'll have a specific thing that
Oh, the 11's on 5.
root for the entire.
Yeah, that's like I
Whoa,
said,
Reddick.
because of those 2 tires. And now he doesn't have that clean air. And Tyler Reddick's going to go on by. Denny Hamlin in trouble.
Oh, crappers.
Reddick looking
Ooh, just blocked Josh Berry.
Right there. He knew how important it was to not let Josh Berry get to his right rear. Now he's going to get to the right rear of that 2 car.
I think Hamlin blew up. That's exactly what happened to that.
Just when you thought things went bad to worse. Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh, no. That sucks. Well, we're done. That sucks. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, he just came on the radio and said he lost power, and they told him to recycle the engine, and then just moments later you saw the flames, and he just came on the radio right now and said, well, that was fun, fellas. So he's okay as he climbs from the car right now.
Well, that's good. The AMR safety crew is right there.
I wonder how that thing even gets on fire like that.
There was those were massive flames coming out of this.
It might be an electrical issue. Gosh, dang it, that sucks.
It's already burning up pretty good. So Hamlin will be the first car out of the race. And they're going to have to lift that up and pull it away, and we only have 5 laps to go in the stage. Hamlin lost power, recycled it, tried to get it restarted, and then something internal. We saw those flames coming out the tailpipe.
Good grief. Wow. I think it's. I know it's probably something with the electrical components, or something with involving the engine. Because, golly. Well.
Yeah, you see the smoke coming out of the front fenders up there. But the interesting thing was he had slowed down. So
Please,
those are really
I want a 2311 car to win now. Please, Reddick or Bubba, either one of the two. Please win today.
Definitely something coming out of the bottom.
What I was originally going to say is once Denny Hamlin retires, I don't think I'll have a number one favorite. I'll just root for the 2311, just root for 2311 racing. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to find me a new horse, and that's going to be Tyler.
No, that's my horse. I picked him in pre-race, so you're going to have to go elsewhere.
I'll bet you were on journalism yesterday, right?
I sure hope Reddick wins in that Jordan car, because that is sick.
Listen, it's a bad bet. Well, we did hear your best stats of second place before the race, so.
That saved this Austin Cindric. He was having trouble with the lap car. I don't think he was going to make that pass. Todd Reddick was going to be the guy.
All right, here are how the top 5 rank in our NASCAR pit crew rankings right now. Chris Buescher, the best of those 5 on pit road. And Josh Berry back in 18th. See how it plays out as they come off pit road, which is going to remain closed this time by. As they put a bunch of grease sweep down in turn number 1. Friday night, the UFL is in prime time. The conference-leading DC Defenders head to the Alamo Dome. The Battle of Llamas in San Antonio. That's Fox UFL Friday. It kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern. Second caution flag of the day. Football. There's always a football. Where there's a pit crew, there's a football, right?
It sure was. There sure is. And I think as you see Dak there on pit road with some of the crew guys before the race today.
How cool is that? That's something to go home and tell your kids, right?
Saw him down there with all those guys. Nick, he's not bigger than I thought he was.
Well, those linebackers are tall, too. You got to get over them, right?
It's unreal. Those guys, the job that they do.
Here's Eric Jones, the FN Help Sham on board his Toyota Camry. The 43 has had an interesting day. He's fought his way up into the top 10. Was 14th on the prior restart. Gained 4 more spots.
He's got him hot rod, doesn't he?
Yeah, he started 14. He has 7 top 10s here. This is one of his 2 best racetracks for top 10 finishes.
There are definitely very distinct racetracks that he has been really good at over the years. And you mentioned him earlier, Clint, being super aggressive on the restart.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're aggressive because your confidence is high. Your car is making good grip, and it shows you that you can go do that and not have trouble. But Eric Jones, it's amazing how you just have good tracks, isn't it?
All right, here's Ryan Preece, the Sarah Lee camera on board his number 64. Last week, one of 2 drivers to get penalized at Talladega in post-race for an infraction with a spoiler. Joey Logano, the other, and mixed feelings about the appropriateness of the penalty to the crime. Here's Richard Petty and Dale Inman on their podcast this week.
When a screw come out of the spoiler, and the other car had 3 washers in it, you just left 2 washers. And that's getting pretty damn nicky-picky as far as any kind of rules. And neither one of those played any effect on the race car.
Well, Kevin, I understand the Logano infraction and the penalty that went with it. But in the case of Preece, at every other track, the NASCAR rule is you can have 3 shims underneath that spoiler to get it up to the proper angle. They did. They raced with the spoiler at the proper angle. But there's an exception for the drafting tracks, Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, where you can only have 2 shims. So where you have a rule and you have an exception, the exception is what's going to trip people up. And they raced with the spoiler in the exact proper position. So I kind of lean with the king on does the punishment fit the crime? That seems pretty harsh to me.
Well, I'm going to lean against both of you. Okay, and I disagree with both of you. I think the rules are very black and white in today's next-gen area. They don't want people messing with those spoilers. It's the team responsibility to know those rules. And look, I've been on the wrong side of that fence as well. So I think it's debatable, and we see other sports leagues as well. You adjust the rules and the penalties at the end of the year. So it's, in my opinion, I think those are easy calls for NASCAR.
Yeah,
Look like Cindric's going to win the stage.
For the 60 car, Ryan Preece, I talked to Paul Wolf, crew chief for Joey Logano. Even though they were disappointed, they totally accepted the penalty because, to the point made, it's black and white in the rule book.
Understood. Let's check the weekend.
Mike Denny with the effective release from the care center. Any warning sign? That was a massive explosion for the engine. Any warning sign for you in the car?
No, just it missed for like 3/4 of the lap before, but other than that, no, nothing. We'll take it back and take a look at it.
Okay, thanks.
That's just unfortunate.
Lap finish streak at 21, one of the longest in NASCAR history. So Austin Cindric will come around behind the safety car to his 2nd stage win of 2025 and his first at Texas. Tyler Reddick, the biggest mover, from 17th to 2nd in that last green flag run with his Toyota.
And I think he would have been the leader if it with maybe one more lap. He was going to take the lead. He was moving forward like a freight train there at the end. So as you see the stage, and Austin Cindric's going to hang on. So that strategy worked out for them. You never know how the end of these races or stages are going to work out. That one worked out good for him.
So stage 1 ends under caution. Austin Cindric for Team Pepsi and Ford is your first stage winner.
Wait, what?
When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect. I love you. More reasons to share. And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more and more to yourself. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on America's most reliable 5G network. Find it at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams, 2311, owned by these 2. But this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the time of the team owned by this guy. 3 teams, 4 legends, all going after one cup. Now they're up to speed. Amen?
Looking for a reason to try the $5 meal deal? You've missed out. Choose 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. Get more than you expect with the $5 meal deal. New. The Bar and Bar, the county's best hangout, just got better. Here's the living smooth. Always smooth, easy drinking, Keystone Light. The month of May, shifting gear. Sunfield Grand Prix, where the world's best. Take on the 14-turn road course. 500 feet. Saturday at 4:30 on 5. Welcome to the fast. Still using the Louisville Chef Chip? Aren't you tired of the discomfort of back pain? Meet the Viper Chip, America's #1 rated chef chip. The Viper Chip glides over any surface with large industrial-grade casters. Alleviate lower back pain with a perfectly angled backrest and sit comfortably for hours with a thick, durable seat. Viper chairs are designed for every job or anything else you love to do in the garage. Don't miss out on the biggest deal of the year. Save up to $200 on select packages plus free shipping on orders. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. You prepare for the unexpected, and so do we. Our workwear is filled with durable water-resistant technology. So, dirt and grease don't stick around. We offer unsurpassed comfort and mobility.
You know, it does suck, man. Anytime when your driver it has a DNF, it sucks, but it is what it is.
And we're meticulous down to our intelligent body design, so you can work smart. Work wonders. True work.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. They're gonna see some serious.
When I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet.
Saturday's Baseball Night in America. Kyle Tucker meets the Cubs against Juan Soto and the Mets. The Giants take on Byron Buxton and the Twins. Check local listings for the game in your area. Saturday, 7 Eastern on Fox. Jamie Little?
Mike, it takes a solid pit crew to win in this series, and that's exactly what Austin Cindric did last week. Now, his pit crew made up of veterans. Some of them have been with him since he won his Xfinity Series championship. So let's meet Team 2.
Justin Armwood, front changer. I did Taekwondo for 12 years and I'm a black belt.
Justin Revenge, rear tire changer, former spur jumper at UNC Wilmington.
Jesse Mills, tire carrier, 2022 Daytona 500 champion.
Patrick Gray, jackman, played receiver and safety at Monmouth University. Andrew Lackey, fueler, 2022 Daytona 500 winner.
I know which guy I'm not going to take off on the racetrack.
That's it,
right,
Bill.
You're right. Brian Wilson, the crew chief, Doug Campbell, a spotter up on the roof. Or Austin Cindric, the Talladega winner. The road is open, and here they come, Regan.
Josh Berry did a very nice job that run, holding on those two tires. End of the road, though, told the team had a little bit of a bike brake he was concerned with and needs it to point better on the exit of the corner in the 45 with Tyler Reddick very quick at the end of that run. The balance is really good. It freed up a little bit there. Jamie?
Well, Ron, this Austin Cindric today was to win that stage, get that extra playoff point. Those right side tires coming off the left side this time as well. You'd only taken 2 last time around. They'll make an adjustment for the balance. Carson Host are just too tight. 4 tires for 77.
Cindric is not going to win.
Josh Berry's going to be the first off.
Tell you what, a good stop for 5. Kyle Larson, not a good stop for Reddick. Lost 3 spots.
And there is the race off. Mike Chase was a friend, a great guy, and a great driver. A winner in the NASCAR Truck Series in its early years, a 94 West champion driver, and the 87 Southwest Tour champs. In recent years, he worked as a shock specialist for Penske Racing and other teams. Mike Chase passed last week at 73.
You can really taste the history of this RB6 sour smoke. You know, I always thought your best quality was your flavor balance. Well, you know, people think I'm funny too. Nah, it's good balance.
Arby's, we have the meat.
diabetes, I'm all about making progress. My progress is making smart choices to help lower my A1C with my Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. It's the little wins, baby.
Try for free at freestylelibre3.us/sharing. Buying a car is kind of a big deal, but you use the Car Gurus app. That's Price Drop Wars. The deals come to you. Oops. Big deals right when you need them. Car Gurus. Download the app today.
3 things now.
Soon to be 2.
Fox Thursday. It's the farmer's final solo dance. Talk about her.
Yeah, lipstick everywhere.
And a bombshell confession. Rocks the farms.
Because now my whole backstory.
I am lost for words.
All in Farmer What's It Like? Thursday on Fox.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original Veridesk, the world's leading standing desk solution. Imagine working happier and happier with a workspace designed for your comfort. Veridesks are easy to set up in minutes, and they're built to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your work and your well-being. Find your dream workspace at Very.com.
And welcome to the Ford Patriots 5-1 Get 1 Solar Generator event. Claim the Patriot Power Generator 2500X and you'll get a free Patriot Power Sidekick with 2 free solar panels. These are 2 of Ford Patriot's newest silent, fume-free solar generators that can power your fridge, TV, and critical devices without ever needing gas. Every American should have the peace of mind that comes from having backup power. Visit FordPatriots.com to secure your free generator and solar panels now.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, and getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard. Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
At a Texas Motor Speedway, they've been racing here since 1997, covers this track over 1,500 acres around, and over the years we've seen elite horses, mechanical bulls, and J.P. McMurray is here with me. We're on top of the camper with the fans here, and they've been nice enough as Flint Boyer with his tailgate case. A kangaroo, a baby kangaroo that you're feeding.
Well, we're grinding the kangaroo. It's like very diesel longer. They were going with the older, but once I started feeding it, it worked out well. So, yeah, I got to be honest, when I was up to Chris, holding kangaroo was the last thing I had on my bingo card.
Well, they actually, I guess they do, they raise them on a farm nearby here. And I don't know anything about breeding.
I don't know anything about breeding.
One guy told breeding, you maybe put a 50 in the pouch and then you have an imagination and hope things work out. I did see an armadillo wandering around out here. That's part of it. By the way, American-born, not Australian-born, the only Australian driver-born when it comes to races from Mark Denbrough. Hang in there. We'll continue to watch the race with Sky, the kangaroo. Let's go back to you guys.
Boy, thanks, Chris. Wasn't it W.C. Fields who said never share the screen with children or animals?
Those are my friends. What are they doing down there?
They found the fun, though, didn't they? They didn't find the fun. All right, here are the state points top 10 finishers at the end of stage 1.
Whoa!
And up in Victory Lane in Texas was Kevin Harvick, 2019.
All right, very selfish here, Kevin. We hear a lot about that guy. Very selfish.
Hall of Fame.
Did he make the, what was that?
The Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame. Pretty Friday.
That was pretty cool. We were fortunate to have a lot of success here, so it was fun to go back and think about all those great memories.
All right, Justin Haley and Eric Jones nabbed for speeding on pit road.
All right. Green flag back in the air.
As we are back to green.
Yeah, we see a great start there by Josh Berry. Actually, see Kyle Larson come down to make sure that Tyler Reddick wasn't going to pull to the inside of it. A lot of speedy dry down there on the bottom.
Ran way up high again. Didn't work out this time for gaining spots. And by the way, Barry, the graphic was incorrect. He did take 4 tires on that pit stop. Larson at bottom. Second place.
I said at the start of the stream that oh no, Chase Briscoe! Oh, got in the herbs. Caution's out.
And that all happened over that bump. The higher you go up the racetrack, he was the third car up in the top. The higher you go up in the racetrack, and especially on the
Well, what a way to start stage 2.
He showed us at the beginning of the race. That's when these cars bottom out. That's exactly what happened right there.
I was about to say, I had a feeling Kyle Larson's going to win this race. I just had a feeling.
I have zero doubt that's going to happen. I cannot see him winning it.
Which he would anyway, but having run out that caution there, he was in 10th place at the time. Let's see what happened.
Well, you're going to see exactly what I just said. And the higher you go up this racetrack, right after you get past the tunnel, you're going to watch this car bounce.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. Just went over the bumps in turn 4 and just lost it.
Briscoe taps Riley Herbst there, who keeps on going as Briscoe spins to bring out the yellow.
My mental health is hurting.
Started swimming one day. TV felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD by greater than 5 times in 2 weeks. #1 prescribed Ingrezza has dosing that's always 1 pill plus daily, and you can keep taking most mental health meds. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you or operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems sleeping, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Foley, Delatsky Auto Body LLC.
She called husband?
Oh, you mean the Delatsky Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the twins' naming rights.
You know, ex-Canadians did. Kids are so expensive these days. Here it comes.
Oasis Freeze, Tan, and Style.
Need a turn? I'm your man. We do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Huge news. You can get a Son of for just $3. Wait, I said Son of. Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's. Hey, Sweaty. Sweetie, you good?
Someone stole my old wife's pants and perspirin. Now smelling like perspirin.
I did. Where's 24/7 sun protection?
You did this to my pets. Teddy's, we know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle. We've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. With free assembly and delivery of your new grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
This is the place of the helpful hardware, folks. There's no party like an all-star party. The NASCAR All-Star Race roars in the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It's back, May 16 through 18 for a no-holds-barred, old-fashioned mountain showdown. NASCAR's biggest stars going for all the money and bragging rights under the lights at one of racing's most iconic tracks. Kick your May into high gear. Get your tickets today at NorthWilkesboroSpeedway.com.
Next week, there's no place like home as NASCAR heads to Kansas Speedway with action starting with ARCA on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFS1.
Yeah, just put your heels together.
I saw Dozumia bid what there.
All right, Chase Briscoe gets off pit road after some damage repair. Same for Riley Herbst. And you'll see both of them right here.
And this angle really shows how the back tires basically come off the ground. And outside of that black rubber, see it right here. Look at the
Wow.
And that car is, you saw the flames come out of the pipe when it's already lifted.
It's obviously worse as it goes up because the 60 hit the same thing you saw when they both bottomed out. The smoke come out from underneath both cars where they bottomed out on the racetrack.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse for Riley Herbst right there. Luckily, he was able to keep that car straight. Could have hooked him right.
It would have been probably a day-ending problem for the 19 had Herbst not have been there. It kind of saved him.
Well, and it leaves Toyota's in now 4 of the last 5 positions, counting Denny Hamlin, who's off the track, and Christopher Bell, who's had a couple of trips pit side. Jamie?
Yes, he has. It's been a rough sequence of events. He came down at the end of the stage to pit, and they had a safety violation. So they brought him back in, and he said, can you guys reconnect my air hose for the cooling system? So you see they went in the right side. They made an adjustment, let him go. Well, then they didn't connect it all the way. Had to come back in, and you see this mechanic goes in there completely, and it took about 15 to 20 seconds, maybe even a little bit longer. So now Bell will restart 34th, so things turning even worse for this team.
Yeah, and you do not want that disconnected today. This is a high workload racetrack in general from the driver's standpoint, but it's definitely hotter than most of the races that we've been at this year. And when you get inside that car and something quits working, it shows up pretty quick here.
Getting cooled off is about the only one left. Gibbs is having a tough day.
Ty Gibbs at ninth is the saving grace for that team right now.
He's been good all weekend.
Yes. Well, now in this restart, a couple of drivers who Kyle Larson has not led today. He'll be up on the front row. Tyler Reddick in row 2 has led 1 lap, while Cindric and Berry have led 59 and 9 laps respectively, with Carson Hocevar leading the other 22. They're going to come around turn 4, head for the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. And finally, 13 laps in, we'll get racing here in stage 2.
We're going to see these restarts continue to ramp up. These guys know that they got to make some ground as quick as they can.
All right, green flag back out.
He's there.
Oh, Larson.
See the side drafting game start.
He's going to have a handful. Will he decide to go for it, stay on that outside?
Blocking in the back there.
His middle name is outside.
Yeah, you see that car in the second lane of Kyle Larson's, and you still have to be pretty careful. The bump is not as bad as what we saw with Chase Briscoe, but definitely still get your attention on these low air pressure tires. Look what those
Larson's going to drive around. Ooh, Larson a little wide.
You see Larson get tight right there and have to go all the way.
Dicey there.
Allows Josh Berry to clear him from the lead.
Josh Berry back on point from Larson, running on the outside. Cindric on the bottom, and a lap ago, Hocevar almost hit a side slam into William Byron as they battle right behind the leaders for 6th.
Yeah, watch this. He gets loose behind Reddick here. Big time.
Woo! Carson and the Hocevar just. Wow. That could have been huge.
Here, let's just gather it up and race on.
Well, and that's the way these kids are in today's world. They'll have a moment like that. They can reboot immediately and just push that pedal down again.
Now, the veteran of the 71 to the inside of Byron. Gibbs and Wallace closing in.
Yeah, you see Wallace getting a little bit tight right
Ooh,
there.
Ty Gibbs going to block Bowman.
There of Alex Bowman gives him a really shallow entry into the corner.
Kyle Busch is there. And with him, Ryan Brees covers the spot.
Yeah, that's 2 corners in a row right there. That 23 got really, really tight off the exit of the corner. We talked about it before the race, but we're 12 weeks into the season right now, and he's still got that swag and that confidence and everything that goes with a guy that can go out and win races. We expected him to be a contender today. As you see Alex Bowman,
see the flames going, the spines got tight. Had to lift up the exit. Bowman drove right underneath of him. Probably going to think better let him go on this one.
Wallace, though, has become Mr. Stage Points, much as Martin Truex did in the first years of this playoff format. Wallace has really capitalized on the stages, though. He was shut out in stage number 1 here.
Well, you look at guys like Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano, that's the only thing saving their season right now are those stage points and being able to, and Bubba has been able to do that all season long as well, but he's not had the bad finishes to go along with it. So I'm glad that we've been able to make Clint understand how important points are throughout the season. It starts at the duels, my friend.
I'm trying to, buddy. I'm trying to get these points in, but these cars won't get out of my way. Hard making passes.
You see the 19 car there, Chase Briscoe, all taped up on that left front corner, and he's going to have a long day from here forward. No chance of being competitive for the rest of the day.
Nothing worse than having to limp them around there the rest of the. But again, it goes back to your points. That's the reason they're out there.
There's a battling camera on board Kyle Larson, just one car in front of him. And we talked about cream rising to the top. Well, the top 3 right now, Barry, Larson, and Reddick. They've won the last 3 races on mile-and-a-half tracks.
You know, and we haven't even really spoke of the car that's leading the race. Josh Berry, you just mentioned him. He's been up there knocking on that door for the better part of this race, and here he is leading the thing. I honestly thought Larson would roll right around him on the outside, but that hasn't been the case for literally anybody. Josh Berry, Luke Brothers, Coleman. Larry?
Yeah, Mike, I know every mile-and-a-half track is different, but I've talked to Josh Berry's crew chief a couple times this week, Miles Stanley. The confidence they had coming here. Remember, the mile-and-a-half race at Las Vegas, they won that race. And the good thing, they could use a lot of those notes. This is exactly your tire package the race at Las Vegas.
And Miles Stanley is crew chief. That may be kind of a new name to NASCAR fans, but I heard Todd Gordon say on Sirius Radio that Miles spent about a dozen years as Todd's lead engineer on his team and won a championship together. Had a lot of success.
You see side-by-side battle right here for the 9th position.
And they are battles. These guys are battling it out. When they get side by side, it takes laps to make these passes complete.
It's great that you've seen that second groove like it has. It gets you.
Josh Berry up by 1.25 seconds on Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, and Chris Buescher. 24 of 85 completed stage 2.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just go and play games.
As you can, as sideways as you can, and with this on team, you put the guys in racing. We make some seriously fast cars. And this one, definitely this one. And they all have great drivers once they win a lot. Look at all these legends. The hottest drivers right now are him, her, and this guy. They're all part of a big happy family of speed demons. Now you're speaking. You in?
Check it out.
Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
What happened to no phones at the table?
Sorry, I need to work.
Yeah, work over here too. Gotta text them out and say your business vehicle is now protected with Progressive, just like your home and home.
When did you text him? I thought that's what we were doing. We started in Brooklyn in '78 and quickly learned we weren't building exhaust. We were building excitement, giving drivers that same roar of victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed. This kitchen's a ticket time bomb. Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service premieres Wednesday, May 21st on Fox.
Yeah? If you're not going to try anything on, you might need to get out of the fitting room.
Have a minute.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original VeriDesk, the world's leading standing desk solution. Imagine working happier and healthier with a workspace designed for your comfort. VeriDesks are easy to set up in minutes, and they're built to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your work and your well-being. Plan your dream workspace at Veri.com.
Josh Berry continues to lead at 109 laps complete in the WURTH 400 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, you better be fast. You're going to have to sponsor the race on your cars. Makes it a really good day. Good day, good days, yeah, because you know all the people paying the bills are here.
Mike Gibbs battling Michael McDowell. The cars both had good qualifying efforts. Both started in the top 10. In the top 10 all day long.
What a turnaround this year has been for Ty Gibbs and company in the 54 car, marching their way back up through the points. They're going to be knocking on the door. They came into this race only 25 points out of the playoffs. They might lead in the playoffs.
There was a point for passing the most cars today. Tyler Reddick might have had that sewed up. Let's go to his pit and read it.
Well, Mike, let's check in with his crew chief, Billy Scott. Billy, you got your track position early on in this race. Car looks very good on Bonbros. How do you see the stage playing out?
Yeah, first off, they did a great job getting their track pretty amazing to watch it work, but now we all maintain it. You guys there in the top dog, they probably stretch it, take it to the end, but they shouldn't be the back of the guys up front. We'll just wait to do a green flag cycle here and hope you stay with it. Looking good so far, thanks.
Let's check with our crew chief, Larry Mack. 53 laps to go in this stage. You're going to have to stop sometime.
When? Yeah, Mike, this is going to be very interesting based on what we just heard Billy Scott talk about right there. We went back racing after that last caution, the 72 to go. But as he mentioned, Justin Haley and Ty Bennett came in and topped off. Nobody else did. Everybody else should have to stop for fuel. If you're going to split this thing, go back to what Chip Daniels told his crew, the 5 crew, we're going to split it in half. Probably about 10 to 15 laps from now will be that. But if you want to run long, we've seen that before, you can run to about lap 150 without stopping.
Thanks, Larry. Coming back from Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. Second to third place here.
Well, the biggest thing that you have to do getting onto pit road, this is a really fast cornered racetrack, but pit road is a long ways around turn 4.
I feel that thing. I can pull up the race on Twitch and watch it on my laptop.
Oh, all right.
So as we start to get closer,
That's a whole lot better.
Think about where those braking marks are. You can see way around the corner right there is the entrance to pit road.
It's how a Watson entitled him to Wallet's 24.
Straight Talk Wireless.
Oh, what lap are we on World TV?
I'm on 117, about to go to. I'm on 117 right now.
Alright, same here. So I just all lined up. Exactly.
Now I'm on lap 118.
Yeah, mine's at 118 now. Also, I didn't know commentary on Who Looks This Nice.
It's been the dominating stage by Josh Berry so far. I mean,
here, there's Bubba. Right now, the Bubba, we're going to get it. We got 45 left here.
Sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Wow, what a difference a week makes. In Talladega, it was non-stop chatter from the spotters.
Well, it's still really important here. Just, a whole difference, sequence and how you would use things. And a lot of times here, it's referencing where you need to be on the racetrack, what you need to do different, what this car is doing. So the pit box will feed the spotter a lot of information that they're seeing on the SNT or from other people's in-car cameras, throttles, brakes, all those different styles of driving, and try to relate that through the spotter to the driver.
Driver we've not seen a lot of. His engine is number 9. Jamie, what's up with Chase Elliott?
Yeah, qualifying has been their Achilles heel this year. He qualified 29th. They're up 13 spots, but he's just kind of been stuck there in the 16th position. No major complaints at all, just stuck. Now, I talked at the top of the show about it being a year since his last win, and I talked to his crew chief, Alan Gustafson, about that, and he said, it's hard to keep your team motivated when you haven't won in so long. Hard to keep that morale up at this level of competition. He said, but at the same time, we're not getting down. We know we have good cars. We know we're the most consistent team out there. Our time will come, but right now, guys, just not going anywhere.
Chase Elliott 16th, 15.6 seconds off the lead, and Brad Keselowski moving underneath to try to make a pass.
When we see both of these guys, we covered both Chase Elliott and Brad in the pre-race today, just talking about where they're at with their season, the performance of their cars. And, I think Brad is in a spot where he's going to, from a points position, he's going to have to probably win a race to get himself into the playoffs. And I think that Chase Elliott, like JD said, they've been very consistent in doing the things week in and week out, top 5s, top 10s, grinding away.
That's it. It's over for Josh Berry. I mean, he's still continuing, but I'm saying this race is over. Oh, wow.
Out of everyone, it had to be.
Just like we saw in the last caution with Briscoe, Kevin. We'll have to see. Oh my gosh. Driving off in the sunset he was.
Well, Larry, that changes everything.
Yes, it does, Mike. Everybody will be here. I think for the last stage, you're going to see a smorgasbord of track. Who's trying to get that track position.
Josh Berry, you had. Oh, that sucks for him, man. That's not
you're
good.
Going to see, just like Clint said right here, he's going to try to run that groove and all the way above that hatch mark right there.
Yep, just like what happened with Chase Briscoe.
As a driver, you get so comfortable, especially
Hey, I want to see
driving as good as Josh Berry's car was. You get so comfortable.
Just like what happened with Briscoe.
But that car will take those tires out from underneath you. That car will be around backwards before you even know it. Look how high the groove is. But look at the difference in the line. You see Kyle Larson, you have to be straight going through that bump. If you have any wheel in that bump, especially when you're high, it will get out from underneath you. And
it also depends on how your car's trimmed out, too. Some of these cars are probably lower than others and things like that. There's a reason that car's been fast all day long.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that thing bottomed out and lost. It definitely bottomed out, but he was all the way up, and you have to let that thing fade down a little bit.
All right, here's the radio from Josh Berry's team.
He's going to go back and just be crushed on that. Literally with the shot to win this race. Extremely fast. Again on another 1.5-mile racetrack. I guess the silver lining, Kevin, is we got another one coming next week.
And they've had a great season so far. It's the second time in the last 42 years Wood Brothers team has led over 150 laps in the season. So Kyle Larson, the best of the top 5 on pit road. He and teammate William Byron predicted to come out ahead of the rest here. Regan.
Phoenix 45 team
getting ready just before that caution came out to potentially get to pit road. Right now, a little help in turns 3 and 4 is all that he needs. And the 5-car Kyle Larson says he's where he wants the car to be. He just can't get the throttle down quick enough, JP.
Austin Cindric and the team didn't feel much of that left adjustment they made last time. The ride quality also got worse. He's so tight. Another adjustment there. The 24, William Byron, needs better turn. Fuel, air pressure adjustment, and form.
Larson ahead of Hocevar, and Reese may have taken
Oh,
two,
fire.
as he picks up 10.
That's probably that might be fuel.
Picks up 11.
NASCAR fans, the time is now to turn your love of racing into free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and much, much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing fantasy, completing challenges, and visiting tracks. Then redeem your points for epic prizes. You earn the drivers. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards Loyalty Program today at NASCAR.com/fan rewards.
Before taking Breztri for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups that could permanently damage my lungs. Then I talked to my doctor about Breztri, and I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Breztri also helped improve my symptoms and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breztri for COPD.
You were made to chase your passions. We were made to put them in a package.
This is the best Chipotle order. How would I go?
Triple wrap.
Mild meat,
Then dip it in here.
sour cream, side of it in bread, tortillas. If you know, you know. Lettuce, cheese.
Yes.
Oh, that is.
It's Kubota Orange Days, now through June 30th. Get zero down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details and find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
This Xfinity Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi is moving like a.
IndyCar was at Barber Motorsports Park today in Alabama. In just 3 weeks, the greatest spectacle in racing comes to Fox. The 109th Indianapolis 500, Sunday, May 25th. Only on Fox. Kyle Larson will be there. Again, trying to do the Memorial Day weekend double. And run the Indianapolis 500 and Coca-Cola 600. The same day, IndyCar and NASCAR. Josh Berry has gone to the garage. You know, the leader has been involved in more accidents at Texas Motor Speedway than any other non-drafting track since the introduction of this 7th generation NASCAR race car.
Well, this track has always been bad fast. It's always been very challenging for the drivers, and if you're going to be fast here, you have to push the limits of where that car is. You're on the gas, and it gets out from underneath you really, really quick when it happens.
Gilliland in that 34 did not pit according to our rundown because Larson was the first car off pit road. And we have a couple of drivers up toward the front. Most of our increase just took on 35 to go here in the stage. But 2 tires wasn't a bad plan in stage 1.
Especially if you're Carson Hostbar. You know, I think Luke saw that he needed the track position back and went and got him some. He was really fast out there up front. He already back in traffic, and he stayed pretty stagnant right there. Never really gained or lost any position. Getting back close to the front, that car still get the job done.
All right, so the field forming up in the back straightaway. The Big Hoss, world's biggest TV screen when it was built. As you watch from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, best seat in the house since 1925. Happy 100 to the Goodyear Blimp. It's retro design, celebrating its century year. Yeah, make it all the way. Larry, what do you think?
Yeah, he's trying to run 82 laps, but we're about at 15 caution laps. So Chris Lawson, you got to believe that's what he's trying to do.
It's going to be important to get on in the hole.
Green flag back out.
Talk right here on the start of this race and keep that track position. The more he goes back and gets hard in traffic, the harder it'll be. Well, he did his first job right. He got a great restart, a great launch right there. But
oh,
the full wide.
Yep.
We're in the way. And that's what you don't want to see when you have those old tires, is everybody go around you in the first corner, because now you just don't want to get wrecked.
Gillen was 25th when the caution flag waved.
Larson leading ahead of Priest.
If you can hang on here, once everybody gets up to speed and settles in. Up to speed is Kyle Larson and Ryan Priest. Right behind him, the finisher last week at Talladega had to take it away in tech. But here he is in second behind Larson. Reddick, Hopsavar, closing in on second place here.
Yeah, and I think what we're getting ready to see is Tyler Reddick.
Carson Hocevar's been in the top 10 all day. All day he's been in the top 10.
I think that Tyler Reddick's car is a little bit.
I gotta be honest, I think Lawson winning the race this season.
Yeah, I hope Reddick wins today. I really do. I hope so. I hope Reddick wins today, especially in that diamond joint scheme.
And you saw Ryan Priest just basically get out of the way right there. He wants to lose as little amount of time as possible by not fighting Tyler Reddick and wasting a bunch of time. So he just falls right in that gap. He knows he just needs to minimize the amount of positions that he loses.
Let's have a look at our Chevrolet team up there.
John Hernimic's in the top 10.
That's a wood. Normally those saws on lawnmowers. Just hang around the back.
Alex Bowman, always a top 10 contender here. Now in the top 10. And Kyle Busch in the top 15.
You see that 22 car right there of Joey Logano. He's done a nice job of putting himself further and further forward as this race has gone on. Alex Bowman, he's had a good car pretty much all day. Hasn't been able to get his way all the way to the front of the field. But every time we watch him, he seems to be doing a good job going forward. As he goes over those bumps, you see him have to walk that car up the racetrack, and Logano gets underneath him right there in turns 3 and 4.
I'm impressed with Brad Keselowski right here. Boy, he's been grinding it out, passing cars since the start of the race. Didn't qualify well, started 30, but worked his way up to challenge for the top 10.
And Blaney had him right to that equation. I mean, those are part of all the guys that were back there in the back. We covered it before the race. A lot of big names. Yeah, we saw the right the tire strategy right there. We watched Blaney, like you said, Clint, claw his way back through the field all day today. And this is going to be another one of those Ryan Blaney type days where he shows up at the end by the time he makes his way through the field.
Blaney's up to 12. Restarted, 11. Restarted 14.
Nice to hear that.
He's been downshifted before in the 22, and he's grabbed his feet back out of
Sorry about that, Larry. I didn't know you were going to shifting. It just, I heard him there as he went into turn
I went down the back straightaway off of turn 2. You can hear him shift the car. And a lot of times what will happen when you shift that car is it'll help that car turn in the middle of the corner in 1 and 2. Race for the lead is heating up. Reddick, we talked about it. Kevin, you were all over it.
Come on, Reddick.
Yes, sir. 49.04 to 29.12. Reddick record on this time. And then what he do is, well, what's going to happen right here is Kyle Larson, he's going to say, okay, Tyler Reddick caught me in this particular line, and I am going to run that line. And switch. So now that cat and mouse game begins. So where you want to go, you get in the corner, you see Kyle make that big old hit in the corner, you see that not the line, so you pull that low to make sure you push the takes and cut there away from the front of that 35 car.
The tell-all sign that the lead is struggling. We saw the signal when he was leading, it backs him up. And now all of a sudden you see Bush involved right into that equation as well. I mean, it was a matter of a lap and a half, and Bush was right on it.
Well, you see the distance is about the same between those cars, so you really gives you a good reference of when that affects. Bush drove right to that exact distance that Red compared to Austin, and that's when those cars start to not handle it. But luckily for this racetrack has opened up, and that second and third group, see the second group is really good. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to pass. Trying to finish that pass on the bottom of the racetrack. The Reading car is just the better.
It's open season. Consider this. The only drivers in the top 20 who've been to victory lane this year are Larson and Byron. That's 18 others that can't wait for an opportunity. But just haven't had it yet.
Well, there's a lot to still play out right here. We've got 124 laps to go, so we're going to get to the end of the stage, and then we're going to start to see these restarts really ramp up again, just because of the fact that the laps are ticking off, and you know that aggression level's going to go up. The racetrack is getting quiet. In the middle of 3 and 4, they're going to go up there and keep trying.
And what happened to Todd Gilliland restarting on the pole? He was 25th at the time of the caution flag. He's holding station at 18. So that's a gain of 7 spots from where he was before they took that gamble to restart on pole without pitting and try to run out this stage. 63 of 85 laps complete in
Alright, I'm back. The internet in my house got disconnected.
Oh.
Go ahead and turn back on the live leaderboard. Share screen. Let me... Larson, Reddick, and Bush are still out front. Are you on lap 152?
Yeah.
Alright. 153.
Yeah, I'm on 153 now.
Yep. Great. Now my Alexa doesn't have any Amazon internet connection. Oh. Well, there goes my Amazon Fire Stick. From my phone, everything, all internet's fine from my phone, on my laptop, and, I'm still connected on my laptop, but I'm going to have
Why
to...
would we jump out of the boat? Signed you deal away from a guy that's shooting. What sense does that make?
I do not know.
So I was doing this missing white, and I saw it sitting at this helicopter, and these NPCs in the boats just jumped out of the boat. Like, what? What? Wouldn't you deal away on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to keep that clean air, if at all possible, as long as...
Alright, now I'm moved up on my phone. It's on lap 158. Alright,
Yeah,
Larson.
still on 157.
Races in fourth.
Driver's not happy. We mentioned Austin Secret earlier, like 60 laps. He's back in 21st game. Yeah, that 60 laps led is the most in the race so far. Back in 21st, he came down pit road last time live, or last time he stopped, and he was in the top 5. They had a 12-second stop. They're trying to make bigger adjustments to help the tightness in this race car. That set him back to restart.
Okay.
Since restarting, he's back in 21st and just going backwards. Not happy with the way that car is, and it's just getting worse as we run. Well, we saw Austin struggle when he got behind those lap cars earlier, and definitely have lost a handle on the racetrack right now. 6 to go in stage 2. Right now, Joey Logano poised to pick up the final stage point. You heard on his radio earlier, hey, stage points are a possibility. Now, at that time, he was running 15th. He is +5 since then and into the points. Oh, man.
Oh no, Chris Buescher.
Right rear tire's flat. Caution is not out yet. No, he's going to get it down on the apron and kind of out of harm's way here. If there is a caution, it would be for debris, but he's got to go half a lap now to get to pit road. Well, that's that thing comes apart. He's hoping that tire comes apart and the carcass goes up on the racetrack. He wants that tire to come apart to get that caution. He was in third when that happened. Did it roll up on the track? It is on the track.
Oh.
Caution. Throw that caution. Yeah, gonna have to. They gotta throw it. Better see it. Yeah, still there it is.
There it is. Well, Kyle Larson wins the stage.
Yeah.
All right, internet connections restored on my Amazon Alexa.
Not for Chris Buescher. The caution is for debris on the racetrack, and that's why he didn't slow down. He wanted that carcass to come off and go up on the racetrack to minimize his damage. He would have preferred that it come off the car sooner, but in the end, he's going to lose one lap right here. But it should allow him to stay out.
Hey, would you look at that? 2311 Racing's in the top 5.
Well, we'll double check with NASCAR since the cautions for debris. Is he eligible for the free pass? On the front straight, you see that tag. This is the game that you play here with that right rear air pressure. Because he's the only car one lap down. Just in the nick of time. You run the air as low as much grip in these cars as possible, and then you want to run the car low, but you also use that car as suspension. He felt it off. Oh,
Yeah, he did hit the fence.
crushing blow. Home track. Doing so good. I think this should be the stage in 2 more laps. I don't think we're going back there. Our NASCAR is not the free pass car. You'll not get it. All right, thank you, Larry. But he can take the wave, right, Larry? Absolutely. So that means Chad Fincham, who is 5 laps down, will get the free pass. And this will carry us to the end of stage 2. Kyle Larson has won a stage in each of the last 4 races at Texas Motor Speedway. So mark it down as 5 straight. So that's a series leading 6th stage win at Texas for Larson, and 6 in 2025, his 68th career stage win. Most of any driver.
Paradise, you want to lose yourself in. Book your stage celebration king. Carnival's exotics of paradise.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Of the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Light Nightfall Collection.
Movement that inspires.
No kiddo, just another day. It's a rare thing with someone you've been with for so long. It's like discovering each ATCU's platform now comes with expert insights from Morgan Stanley. They help you navigate the markets.
Can you do a dolphin? Sorry.
bicycle. Kevin, look, there's your flag. So, Jamie, we're eating Andy's frozen custard.
Oh, I hear you guys. Send some down to us, all right, Mike?
We're out.
Well, you guys, we've talked about Ryan Priest multiple times this year since joining RFK. Today, he's top 5 once again. So let's go ahead and meet his pit crew.
What movie was it famously said you can't pit now?
Front tire changer, shape conditioning coach at RFK Racing.
That's the category.
Sprint changer, Ryan Priest, Simo, National Amateur Golf. John T. Willard, tire carrier. I was hands out back and forth to Clifton Tire. That's the Tennessee Titans.
You're right, Kentucky and Jack Mann studied architecture.
Justin, North Carolina, gas man.
Brandon Wilkinson, the spotter. For more bad news. 17, coming into the pits, he had a commitment line violation. So now he's not eligible to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. So the good thing for Busher, he's the only car 1 lap down. Restart. You know, waiver for Cole Custer, they call it Cole Custer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, looks like it's got some principles and watching other stuff.
Here we go.
It's good. All right, road's open. Regan.
Should be a good battle on pit road between 2 of our top 10 pit crews, the 45 of Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson. Tyler Reddick needs to be a little bit freer this run by 1 number. In the 5-car, Kyle Larson just a little bit too loose this time. Lacks some grip in 3 and 4 as well. Jamie.
What a comeback for Alex Bowman. They had that hiccup on pit road earlier today. He's fought his way all the way back to the top 5. Said the car's actually pretty good in dirty air. They're happy with what they got. Ryan Priest started 33rd up into the top 5. Pit crew down and away.
He's yelling it out right behind William Byron.
Ooh.
Backwards right there.
Who was that? That's
That is Cole Custer.
yeah.
They've been contact from William Byron. Oh, sure.
Yep.
Pretty heavy contact, too.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be back. I can't believe they're leaving. Want to leave this paradise? Of course I do. But do I regret my decision to stay in paradise? Thank you, Charles. Absolutely not.
A paradise you want to lose yourself in. Book your escape to Celebration King, Carnival's exclusive paradise.
Touches of black. They stand for elegance, refinement. But though they're darker than the darkest night, they make us see everything in a new light.
We've been there twice.
Just another day. It's a rare thing to see when you get real so Site discovery being traced used to use platform now comes with insights for mortgage sadly. They help you hear
race here at Texas Motor Speedway down to the pit area with Austin Cindric just behind us. The story in the first half of this race was the two Ford winners from earlier this year dominating with Austin Cindric and Josh Berry, but things changed a little bit over time.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see just kind of how the strategy has worked out in this cycle again with these pit stops. So we'll see what happens here in this next stage.
Denny Hamlin brought out, and here's a guy who's won at Texas, two-time winner already this year, a little bit of an engine problem.
Yeah, had an issue early on. You see Hamlin's day is over right here. Heck of a save by him. I've never seen a fire like that come out of a car. So unfortunate for the 11 team that their day is over.
Cindric to stage 2, but then afterwards he finished stage 1. He finished 20th in stage 2. Lap 88, Chase Briscoe spins. He came in with the best average finish at Texas. And then Josh Berry.
This was crazy to see this. I've never seen a leader spin out like this. Got a little bit of dirty air, got a little high on the racetrack. I think it just shows how.
He was exiting turn 4, trying to lap up Chris Buescher, the well from nearby Prosper, Texas, bringing out the caution, rolling a tire. Going to go in then stage 2. Kyle Larson, who this year has led the most laps and has won the most stages.
Right.
Yeah, and as hard as those cars hit right there, and you look at that splitter damage and the fender damage, that'll pretty much probably end William Byron's day as far as the way that the car is performing.
Well, that two-tire stop, you saw those right sides go rolling by. That put him in a situation where that car was coming around a lot sooner, or he was coming out sooner than he was supposed to. All right, Michael McDowell pitting outside the box.
All right.
Start in the back. And
Final stage underway.
did not pit on that last caution. It worked out fine for him. 17th after pit stops, a gain of 8 from where he would have been at the end of that prior caution. We're back to green. Byron taking off. And let's see how long he can hold the lead with a car where the steering angle is off just a bit. I'm not being
Oh, no, Bubba. Ah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Well, that's the big one we didn't have last year. That guy was late to the party.
Yeah, well, we knew that these restarts were going to continue to get more and more physical, and we saw him get into the wall, got all jammed up there off of turn 2, and caused a chain of events.
7th caution flag of the day.
Gosh dang
The
it.
Toinsley almost blew over. No.
Yeah, I know. He went airborne.
What the fuck? I saw 2 cars catch like
That put him back in the 30s.
the 16 and the 23.
Really recovered. That's how he ended up back there. That's how it happened.
Well, there goes Bubba's day.
Damaged the bumper cover.
Dang it.
Right rear corner.
So now,
All right, watch gear 3. See, kind of a 3-wide situation. He's pretty high coming up off the corner.
Well, I think the 22 was in his back bumper right there, Clayton, or close enough that it just caused that car to get tight.
He was certainly close. I don't know if he got into him or not. You see Allmendier really ramped off the 4 car.
Oh.
Tell you what, when Bubba went around there, that car almost took flight.
Yeah, the 20.
See the flaps catch and watch this car come up. Flaps catch and did their job. Put it right back down on the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't look like from that angle that the 22 was on that back bumper, but when those cars are all jammed up and one's right there on that left rear like that,
Do you realize if the 23 got hit again, he would have taken off?
Yeah. Oh wow, Bubba just got in the wall and.
When the 23 brushed the wall, slowed him down enough that it turned him around.
Oh, whoa! What the?
At all. No, that car is tore up.
I also know replay of that full hole.
Oh, the 16.
I swear, I think I saw Sweetheart set so in that way.
7th caution flag of the day in Texas.
You know what? If Ryan Police was in that 23, he would have flew.
IIHS to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand. Safe, reliable, trusted. Subaru.
With someone you've been with for so long, finds a way to surprise you. It's like discovering E-Trades now found Morgan Stanley.
I can speak English. If the name wasn't obvious enough, the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip basket is tossed in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. That means layers of flavor from the top, bottom, left, right, inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the sauce and tossed chicken strip basket, available in honey barbecue or new buffalo. Hurry in and try it today, only at DQ. Here is CVS Health. Here, we'll never be told that our concerns are all in our head. Here, we don't think we should pay taxes for period products.
Here, we can ask good questions. Day or night.
And here, we're actually heard. And because of that, we can focus on getting healthier together.
Together.
Here, healthier happens together.
Yep.
Would you rather enjoy the pool than clean someone else's? It matters where you stay. Conrad Hotels and Resorts. Hilton for the stay.
Next Sunday is the Advent Health 400 on FS1. Remember last year? Sure do. The closest finish ever. I know. Chris Buescher remembers. Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, right to the line. 1/1000th of a second was the difference. See what happens this year next Sunday at 1:30 Eastern. For pre-race, the green flag at 3 here on FS1.
That place sure has been magical with this race car. Ever since we went to this Jet 7 car, it has been on point at Kansas Speedway.
That was about as dramatic as you can make a finish right there with the way that all worked out. Pretty exciting to watch.
All right, so Bubba Wallace around collecting Alex Bowman and A.J. Allmendinger up into Noah Gregson. Joey Logano was right at the front, and then Chad Fincham arrived late to the party and was involved as well.
Took several good cars out of our race right there. Alex Bowman, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace all battling in the top 10 all day.
A.J. Allmendinger's taking his car back to the garage for repair. Bowman is hauled back to the garage, and so has Benchamp's car. Now, Regan's caught up with Josh Berry, who spun and crashed out of the race, leading at lap 126. Regan?
Unfortunately, Josh Berry out of the race car as they continue repairs on it right now. Josh, looked like maybe across those bumps, did it just get upset on you?
Yeah, definitely caught me off guard a little bit. Man, our car was so good. Miles and the 021 team, I mean, they did a great job. The car was really, really good. And yeah, I was kind of working the lanes in 3 and 4. Like, I felt like if I crossed the bumps pretty straight, like I could get through them pretty good. And then obviously we caught the lap traffic. We went around the outside of the 62, I think. It felt pretty comfortable. And then I caught the 51 and just hit the bump and got loose and spun out. So obviously disappointed, but I found in these cars, if you're gonna be fast, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and I'm not really sure what I do too much different.
You guys are over there still working on the race car. Are you gonna try to get back out?
Yeah, they're working on it. It's a little kind of learning this whole new DVP policy, but yeah, the guys are working on it. We'll see what they come up with, but all in all, just hate it for WURTH. Obviously, title sponsor of the race. We had a great race going until we didn't, but like I said, I'm still proud of the guys and the speed we had, and we'll get them next time.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Regan. A couple of big streaks ended today. Denny Hamlin's streak of 21 straight lead lap finishes ended when he blew an engine at lap 75 and was the first car out of the race. Alex Bowman's streak of 7 straight top 10s on a 1.5-mile track ends today as his car has been towed to the garage area. Here's a look from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear as we get ready for the restart. Celebrating 100 years of an American icon, the Goodyear blimp. 30 lead lap cars with Chris Buescher now getting the free pass, now being eligible this time. He was under penalty on the last caution flag, not eligible for the waiver round.
He's done it again, guys. I mean, all the way, started 24th, got cleared back to 29th, 21st, 7th. That's it. He said that car's not handling. The closer he gets to the front, Kevin, what's it going to do?
It's going to handle better, and Ryan Blaney has been notorious for this, and one of the few cars that has been able to make his way through the field week after week. So I look for him to be a contender as we get towards the end of this race. We still got a long ways to go, though.
My man's feeling it right there. One driver who really made out on that caution flag was Chase Elliott, because had he taken 4 tires and not 2,
all right, green flag back out.
Back there in the eye of the storm.
Now you to go.
Caution flag. 89 laps to go. We're back to green.
This is very similar to what happened last year for Chase Elliott. He was able to get control of this race with a caution that fell in his favor. Today, he's just going to drive to the front.
Not so fast with that.
Hey, that 24 car has done nothing but surprise me with the damage that it has on that splitter and everything that he has going on. I'm surprised that he's even able to do it.
Oh, Elliott up the track.
It gets tight.
Well, that's where Rick Hendrick's got to hold his breath with 3 of his cars in the top 4, now top 5.
Well, he tried to get back in line behind Ty Gibbs right there and really stacked him up behind him. Not a good turn 4 for Chase Elliott. That's a 2-tire scenario.
Hocevar moving on the inside there.
And that's what all these guys on 2 tires have really fought in traffic. Those cars get tighter. We heard Hocevar earlier talk about how tight his car was in traffic, and you see Bubba off the pace in a really bad spot.
That's exactly right. That was close.
Once 2 laps down. Chase Elliott's in trouble on these 2 tires. Cannot get through the corner.
And it's amazing how fast that can turn. I believe if he completes that pass on William Byron and gets that clean air, he has a whole different race going. And didn't make that pass, got himself back in the traffic, and that's when the 2-tire scenario does not go well.
Wallace has made it to pit road. Let's have a look at our Xfinity fastest lap. It came right at the start of the race. On lap 2 for Carson Hocevar, 189.1 miles per hour. William Byron, 188.2. So Hocevar by a full mile an hour, fastest lap of the race.
He's been grinding it out. He's had a really good car all weekend long. It's just kind of been running right here in the top 6 or 7 all day long. You get that car some track position, you know it's the fastest car. Look at the inside of Reddick.
Well, there was a massive stack up right there, or something that shook all those cars up, because
Here comes
Ty Gibbs went
Blaney.
by the 77 and the 45. As you see,
Ryan Blaney.
go through the middle right there.
Thread the needle, baby. Let's go. Wow, may the fourth be with you. Here comes Blaney.
Yeah, and he definitely believes that the fourth is with him.
Yes, it is. Huge star for good reason. Top 5. Here we are. That car's just going to continue to keep handling better and better and better. When we started this race, I had my eye on those guys, on the big name drivers that started in the back of this race, and he was not moving anywhere. Blaney was mired back in traffic, just passed 2 or 3 cars that first run. Every since then, just keeps picking them off one by one.
And you look at Austin Cindric right here. We know that William Byron's car is damaged. It wasn't long ago that we were talking about him being in 21st place, Mike, and now the way that everything cycled, now he's up there, the fastest car, battling for the lead. And I got to believe that this 24 car, as we run right here, is really when we're going to see the effects of what he has going on with the front end. But still really surprised in the performance that car has.
2 knocks right there. Obviously, we heard him, or we saw the splitter damage, right? That is going to hurt the aero big time. But when I heard that driver, William Byron, say that his wheel's off too, double whammy. That's a big knock.
So, Larry, if that steering wheel is off, let's say 10 degrees, 15 degrees, for being straight up and down when he's
the way he turns the steering wheel, but it still can't increase tire wear. No
What
question.
lap are we on?
187.
I'm on 186.
And I believe as this run goes on, that his pace will be a little slower. And you see it right there. Look how much he's got all those cars stacked up behind him right now.
Ryan Blaney, the fastest of all the top 10 last time by. There you see him compared to the leader.
Yeah, big difference there. 26 to a 55. Look at that. 64 rolling.
But that's what, and now he's made up that gap. So as you see these next laps go by, you're going to see that lap time slow down because William Byron's car is starting to fade.
He's stacking them up big time behind them. They're all starting to stack up.
Oh, Larson dicing.
Kyle Larson got a huge runoff turn, too. Just flew right up to Cindric in the back straightaway. It's right at the bottom, went to the top.
And Cindric does not want this pass to be complete.
Yeah, you can see he's side drafting.
The car is in trouble, and they want to be the first one behind him. So Kyle Larson did a great job right there of taking that.
Oh, Cindric's going to lose losing time.
You have to be careful when you catch these guys. Catch them at the right time. If you catch them where you have to just put it right behind them, it really stacks you up. You have to get on the brakes. You lose the front wheels. The car gets tight. You have to slow down, and they all come on you.
And it costs him 3 positions.
That quick, too.
Ty Gibbs has come into the picture in 3rd. He's the highest running Toyota in this race, and he wants to turn the conversation back to when will he win, not will he win. Hendrick Chevy's fighting it out at the front. Larson and Byron.
I'm getting fired up. You don't have to look back.
Kyle Larson in the lead.
We talked about Gibbs all weekend long. Ty Gibbs, the speed he had in there, and I cannot believe this Ryan Blaney is right there in the conversation for the lead.
Well, he needs to finish this pass quickly because being side by side has pulled Ryan Blaney right back up to him, so he needs to finish it right here.
Ty Gibbs up to second.
Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. Kyle Larson has taken the lead in Texas with 77 to go.
Consumer Reports used road tests, owner surveys, and safety ratings to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand. And the Crosstrek, the top pick. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.
It's a rare thing with someone you've been with for so long. God's going to surprise you. It's like discovering E-Trade's easy-to-use platform now comes from the power of Morgan Stanley.
Morgan Stanley Walrus? The DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. Layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
This ring
want bedtime to be a good time. It matters where you stay. Conrad Hotels and Resorts. Hilton for the stay. This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve. 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve. Strength to last 12 hours.
Those are the most recent winners on mile-and-a-half tracks, all different. And Kyle Larson could, of course, break that up today. Ryan Blaney has just passed Ty Gibbs for second spot, so it's Chevy, Ford, Toyota in the top 3 spots. Reddick, Hosemar, Priest, Cedric Logano, and look at Gilliland there in 9th after having that odd strategy back at the end of stage number 2, and William Byron has slipped to 10th after restarting in the lead.
Well, Kyle Larson's going to have his hands full with this 12 car for the rest of the race. There's 70 laps to go, but Ryan Blaney has just been making his through this field, and the closer he gets to the front, Clint, the faster that car goes.
It sure does. That's amazing. He does it each and every week. It really doesn't matter if it's a short track or an intermediate or anything else. He's one of the only guys that can drive up through the field, and it's his ability to drive a looser car than the rest.
And here's one of the others, Joey Logano. After not qualifying well, working his way up through the field. He started this race back in 27th. Has just soldiered on like the defending champion of the series that he is to put himself in a position to capitalize.
Yeah, and on board with Ryan Priest here, you hear him continue to shift through turns 1 and 2, but we all have a lot of questions about that penalty last week and just talking about the momentum. And then they qualified bad. They got a bad qualifying draw. And they finished. And now he's running back through the field. No questions anymore.
Well, William Byron's on pit. We're kind of wondering if maybe that should have been something he could have addressed under the caution flag, but why give him the front row if you're going to restart there? So here he is.
Well, they've got what they've got now, and they've made their bet, and they just need to change the tires, make an adjustment to what they have, because they don't have time to fix that damage.
Window, Larry? Yeah, they got into the fuel window. Rudy Fugle told him about 3 laps ago, I want to get to the fuel window. They can make it in from here, but they need these green flags. It's a cycle.
Well, that certainly makes sense as a strategy rather than stopping under the caution to fix something when you have the choice of restarting on the front row. Well done.
There's just no way they're going to do anything to that splitter or anything that's up there. So you might as well adjust to what the handling is of that car and try to make the most of it on this last round.
Larson's still leading. Blaney Gibbs. I'm making nachos right now, so yeah, Blaney out. Larson's in first so far. Blaney moved up to Ryan's moved up to second, so that's
just
good.
try to play the most aggressive call that you can to get the best finish.
Kyle Busch around the outside of Brad Keselowski going after Ty Dillon. This will put him up to 11th spot. Kyle turned 40 this week. I remember when he was too young to run a cup race. NASCAR wouldn't let him until he turned 18, changed the rule just for that purpose, and here he is. Now this weekend, his son Brixton in microsprints made a daring last lap pass. It was an awesome move, the kind his dad probably would have, could have made, but made the move to win the race, and I'm sure that's put a bigger smile on Kyle Busch's face this week as anything else that's happened.
Right now, the smile his face is by passing those 3 cars in 2 laps. So he's on the move forward.
Well, Eric Jones is too. Had that speeding penalty, and there he is right behind him, marching back up through the field. There's Braxton. Let's go. He's a spit and mirror image of that father of his. Eric Jones right behind Kyle Busch and moving up in the same fashion. Car links behind Busch.
Eric's been really consistent all day. He's been right around that top end of the top 10 right there. So solid day for Eric Jones.
Jones has continued that great Racing to Read program that he's done at elementary schools now all across the country. Well done. 63 laps to go. One more pit stop to come. Kyle Larson leading Ryan Blaney.
From the community of the campgrounds to the action on the track, there's something for everyone at Michigan International Speedway. The green flag will be flying all weekend long, with 3 races and endless opportunities for a good time. Family-friendly entertainment meets race fans' need for speed from sunup to sundown. Kick off summer with a bang and discover why a NASCAR race in Michigan is anything but slow. Get your tickets today at mispeedway.com. At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California. To oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
All right. Back for another check. 60 to go. Larson out front still. All right. Dude, I said that I had a feeling Larson's going to win this race. I said it. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but just yet. But man, if Larson wins, I'll call it. I called it if Larson wins.
Wings, breadsticks, cheesesteaks, brownies. See you at the summit. We're making you Papa pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Fox, UFL Friday, lights up prime time. As MVP favorite, Jordan Tom beats the DC Defenders.
This dude is something special.
Against the San Antonio Brahmas.
Touchdown, what a play!
Fox, UFL Friday kicks off at 8 Eastern. Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
58 laps to go. 8th place battle, Cedric and Gilliland. There's activity on pit road, Larry.
Yeah, Mike, if you're going to split it in half, the window is open now over the next 5 to 10 laps. If you're going to go as far as you can on fuel, that's about lap 230 to 235, which is about 20 to 25 laps from now.
All right, green flag pit stops have begun. Josh Berry has just come out from the garage back on track.
Yeah, and you look at those pit crew rankings right there, see a really big difference between that 5 crew and that 12 crew, and this is probably going to come down. What happens on pit road right here? Right now, if the 5 car loses that track position to the 12, this race is, if it goes green, it's probably over.
We asked some of the drivers about the challenges of making a green flag pit stop here.
This track being a track that's so hard to pass at, your pit road stuff's going to be really important.
I think in Texas City, green flag stops are really tough because there's so much speed to 3 and 4. Definitely tough just getting on pit road.
It's extremely important to hit your sign. That's where those picker guys are basing everything off of.
We start and stop. Did we make or break the pit stop?
It's a teamwork. They do most of it, but it's a teamwork.
Austin Cindric on pit road as the various strategies begin to play out.
Yeah, right now that strategy is that 41 car in the middle of the 2 leaders has split those cars up. He's already pitted faster than the 12 car.
Green flag pit stop, I think. Yeah, Cindric here.
Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney that was not there before.
60 laps today, one less than Larson so far.
And these are the types of situations that you just never know how they're going to work out. See Cole right there behind Larson. The other thing that you see right behind this group is Tyler Reddick has been really, really fast the last several laps and has made his way to the back bumper. Within a few car lengths of the back bumper, that 12.
And Larson has responded. When Reddick picked up the pace running below 29.50s, Larson did likewise. Custer there on fresh tires, just 2 laps down to the leader. There are 4 cars, 1 lap down, including Cindric, who just pitted.
Yeah, and Cole wants to get by Kyle Larson. He wants to unlap himself. He wants to do everything that he can do to keep himself from being 2 laps down. So he wants this pass to happen as fast as possible, if possible.
And if Larson has to fend off Custer, that's an opportunity for Blaney to close ground.
And it's made him change his line. Kyle Larson is definitely trying to defend that position. He does not want to be behind that 41 car because it will take some air off the front of his car and slow his car down. So he's actually gone into defense, Clint, to defend this lap car of Cole.
Look at the momentum that Blaney gets off the top of the corner here. Same problem's going to happen to Blaney, though. He doesn't want that guy there either. The way he puts him there is if he goes by the leader and he's looking to the outside of him, might see it right here off the floor. Jamie.
It's been a career day for Carson Hoekstra. Started off pole for the first time in his Cup career, like 22 laps.
You still there?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just waiting for something to happen.
They set up with right sides on the car. Fill it with fuel. That lap car gave Larson a bit of a break there. He was able to kind of use it as a pick and keep Custer at bay.
Well, he gave him a break, but he crossed that wake in front of him. So right now, Kyle Larson is doing everything he can to keep Cole Custer in between that car of he and Ryan Blaney.
Pit stops continue. Ryan Preece.
Oh no!
And crash goes the 62. Jesse Love's race is going to come to an end right here, and caution will be out. That's going to cause some of these guys. Preece. Talked about Byron has been on pit road.
So Preece is going to be questionable right here. Did you see Kyle Larson?
Oh, those 62.
Yeah, and what we just witnessed right there was Kyle Larson take
Wait, Jesse Love has a one-time Cup life? I had no idea about that.
Oh, he's racing part-time. Trying to get some Cup experience with Beard Motorsports.
Wait, I saw Booth Motorsports only win Daytona and Talladega.
Most of whom had just made pit stops, and since we didn't complete the pit stop cycle, they'll have to stay out and take the wave around, provided all the lead lap cars stop. Let's see what happened here to Jesse Love. On the inside of Van Gisberg, and just got loose up off the 2, come around.
And that's the experience that he needs. I know that this is an untimely caution and didn't want to wind up in the fence, but Jesse Love's here to learn, right? Like he has to understand what these cars are all about, where that edge is, and he'll know that feeling before that happens next time.
Looks like with 2 flat rear tires, they'll have to hook that one up and haul it to the garage. Cody Ware will get the free pass. He was not among the cars that pitted. I believe he had just been overlapped by the leader, Kyle Larson. So that will give us 7 cars, 1 lap down. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Elliott, Cindric, Byron, Hocevar, Gibbs, Gilliland. So everybody that pitted, Larry tells us, is a lap down because of making that pit stop under green.
Well, it was right on the verge of Ryan Preece leading this race right here. And if you go back and really pay attention to the things that just happened in this race, that could be a key moment. That could have been a moment that really turned Ryan Preece's on-pit road moment into leader of the race. And Kyle Larson and those guys realized that, and they slowed down, but they didn't slow down as you would on a normal caution. I think you'll see a mixed bag of strategy here. Track position, this is probably your last pit stop. And it'll come with 54 laps to go in the race. 19 lead lap cars. See who comes to pit road. Kyle Larson leads them in. Regan.
Right, lady on the top left of your screen. They have been loose all day long. This is the first report from him, though, that it's on the snug side. You'll see right here they're going to go with 4 tires on Ryan Blaney's car. The 45 of Tyler Reddick. He was too snug this run. Been fighting with that just a little bit. And the 5 of Kyle Larson, very close still. Just a little bit too tight as it's going around the corners, but it's not bound up at all.
I believe all the lead lap cars pitted. Now coming out there, I think that's obviously a 2-tire stop. And Larson leads them on pit road. Yes, plus 15 for McDowell. Reddick. Plus 8 for Zane Smith. All right, we'll take our last break before the checker flag here with 46 to go in Texas. And the field all jumbled up with a caution and pit stops.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado, because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Iced tea? Come on, Liquid Death. This is like my grandma's energy drink.
Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on the Subway app.
Every day, they protect the land we call home. Their dedication is why we race free. They're our neighbors, friends, fellow fans. They put it all on the line. When the green flag flies, we do too. NASCAR salutes, together with Coca-Cola, honors those who serve at home and abroad.
We are green.
33 drivers are going to split into the eye of a tornado.
Let's go. It's the biggest race in the year. It's the most historic.
Get on the inside, pass in the grass.
The Indianapolis 500.
Welcome back to Texas, where 8 cars took the wave around. Cars that had stopped under green before that caution came out. And they are back on the lead lap in positions 20 to about 27. So we'll restart with 28 cars on the lead lap. Cole Custer, the only car 1 lap down. Well, we gave you the predictive on the pit stops, and here is the way it sorts out. About 9/10 of a second difference between the driver, his time, yellow line to yellow line on pit road. Stop.
I beat him in every category. And, you know, you look at Kyle Larson's team, overall ranked 6th, and Ryan Blaney 23rd, as we showed earlier. But that's all areas.
Yep. Now on this restart, the question mark is going to be Michael McDowell in second spot. He gained 15 spots by taking on just 2 tires. And we've seen that work okay over the long run, but not so well on fire-off first couple of laps on a restart.
Running out of options, bud. 44 laps to go. It's time to gamble. Put the cards on the table and let's allow luck to operate here. Give it a chance, anyhow.
Well, as we've heard so many times from Larry, Travis Peterson, he's not scared to take a chance.
McDowell started this race in 5th. 2 of the 3 Spire cars in the top 5 with Samar the pole sitter.
Starting to cool down, seeing some shade right there on this racetrack, Kevin. You think speeds will pick up?
Well, it definitely changes the things that happen here in turns 1 and 2. That's where that shade goes first, and the speeds definitely pick up.
I like McDowell choosing the outside because battling all of those cars that got 4 fresh tires, if you got only 2, you got more room to escape on the outside than if you're down low.
That's right. And you see that car right. We think Mike McDowell's car is going to push. It's not going to go through turns 1 and 2 like all these guys
Right.
on 4 tires. But you see that car right behind him of Kyle Busch. They had a great pit stop right there. Had their first, their 4th, 10-second pit stop there to put them out in 4th position and give themselves a shot to win this race.
Kyle Busch, one of several new players up there in the top 10 as we get ready for this restart. Eric Jones up in 7th, Zane Smith in 8th, Brad Keselowski in 9th.
Kyle Busch in the top 5.
Christopher Bell in 10th.
Obviously a big-time setback for a lot of those drivers that were on pit road under green flag conditions when that caution came out, but new life. Kyle Busch, Logano, Jones is back in the game. Zane Smith, Keselowski, Bell.
This is when it gets wild.
Yes, sir.
It'll be 42 to go when they come to the line for the restart. 10 different leaders, 14 lead changes today so far. And we're back to green. Larson, McDowell for turn 1.
Second row did not get a good jump. Standing up, back. Oh, Bell's way up the racetrack.
Oh, Christopher Bell out of shape.
Bell's back, hauls it in. Another car in trouble way in the back. I think that was Hocevar.
I believe, yes.
Yep.
There you see that 45 car, Tyler Reddick, up on the outside of Ryan Blaney. This could be a massive move with what we think on the long run is probably the best car with Ryan Blaney. And right now he's got that clean racetrack. We know it takes a couple laps. Blaney's clear right there.
He got loose into the corner. Reddick into turn 1. Car was wiggling around.
Christopher Bell a lap ago in turn 2 fell from 10th to 21st.
Seems like it takes a few laps for that groove that Reddick is in to overcome the advantages that bottom lane has on sticker tires. But he's definitely putting that car up there to try to make it work.
Reddick around the outside for 5th place. How about Michael McDowell? We thought with 2 tires he would just fade toward the back. He is right in Larson's tire tracks in 2nd spot and holding on to it.
Well, that guy right behind him, Kyle Busch, we know how hungry he is to get his car back in victory lane.
Oh, no!
Around he goes and into the wall in turn 4.
Oh, no!
Don't tell me who it was.
And Ricky Stenhouse, who fired off 14th on that restart, went for a big slide through the ball field between pit road and the front straightaway.
Yeah, that car.
Oh, would all be fucking kidding me? Not the fucking 7-Eleven watch. Damn it.
I would consider this still on low air, wouldn't you, Clint? Because the way that this car goes through that, you see right over that bump. And we've heard a couple drivers talk about making sure that car is straight. If you have that wheel in there.
Yep, Kyle just lost it.
You gotta be kidding me. He was having such a late one that hot 5 for a while bit.
So many opportunities.
Damn it. I think Halibus is still good. Man, why is every single slider that I like getting absolutely fucked this way? In some way, shape, or form?
When will Kyle Busch ever win another race?
I don't even know. Dude, he's always so close to getting a good finish. And then stuff like that happens every single time.
Yep.
Do you realize he could have won Daytona? If that one wet didn't happen.
I mean, no kidding.
What?
Right to victory lane through the seat of his pants. These cars, simulators, all the engineering that's involved in them.
Yeah,
It's not so fun. It's about the
direction. It's about finding the next thing that moves the needle forward. The driver has such a big part in the role of being able to say, okay, this is good, this is bad, let's go here, let's go there. And helping with the crew chief and engineer guy.
Oh, you see what happened, Kyle Busch?
Yeah. Because now they get a chance to reset that
It does.
Something they did not have time to do on their last one. Oh, it
really is. And we covered it from the very beginning, you know, with the shape of that, in front of that, and the damage and everything. Definitely going to help it.
And he's going to be our big move in the race, sponsored by Pods. Sometimes it's a move to take the lead, sometimes it's a move to not be part of somebody else's.
Woo!
Sharp move there by Stenhouse. Makes a little bounce in the air as he goes.
Man, I thought Stenhouse's wimp off his side.
Here comes the air, but got lucky with the grass. Saw it in the trucks race and the Xfinity race. That grass really swallowed him up toward the front end of these cars up. Look at that. Dukes of Hazzard, baby.
Yeah, well, there's not much travel in that suspension.
How close was it? Have a look from his car. Oh, he had it loaded up pretty good. Saw him.
He gassed it up.
Oh, he had to. Coming right down in front of him. And that is our Pods big move of the race. So consider our top 7 drivers right now. 4 of them have overcome penalties today. Michael McDowell is second. He pitted out of the box.
But I bet Stenhouse had like a mini hard tap like the.
Yeah, no kidding.
John Hunter Nemechek 7th.
Especially when what's that in hard hand.
Yeah.
And really, when you look down,
Definitely.
From 5th, 6th, 7th on back, you see a lot of guys that we haven't seen up front. You see Zane Smith in 8th. You see Daniel Suarez in 9th. Brad Keselowski in 10th. Stenhouse, who we just covered there.
Imagine if he fainted and he just whammed into the side.
Get themselves under the caution, got themselves a lot better track position, and all those guys that pitted are still behind them.
Much needed finishes for a lot of these guys. Heard you say Keselowski came right into mind. Need some points. We got to start gaining momentum somewhere. Nemechek, Jones, Smith, all those guys can get a good point stay out of this. Have to stay in it. I'm not sure how long that'll last, but I still remain quite impressed with McDowell's run on 2 tires against these other cars before, and only got a second spot there. Kyle Larson has been as low as 22nd today. Michael McDowell, 32nd. Ryan Blaney, 37th. Wow. Well, that just tells me it's a timing thing. We've cycled back around to the lead. We've had cars in the carnage and rags take themselves out. Put you right back in the track position game where you need to be when the time's right.
And a lot of as we have these cautions, they just breed more cautions.
Larry, how many laps does Michael McDowell have on those tires? 43 green flag laps on his left side tires. Remember, they went with rights as compared to basically everybody he's racing up at the front. Would that concern you? I see track position being well more important than 2 left side tires.
And these cautions help put him on a little better equal ground because now everybody has to fire off on hot tires.
Okay. It'll be 33 laps to go when they come to the line. Larson and McDowell, 2
Green flag.
leading them back to green.
Larson, unbelievable start.
Well, you see Kyle Larson take off, and Ryan Blaney did not. That's going to allow Michael to fall into that slot if he can pull that car down the racetrack, but he can't, Clint.
Well, I think he was afraid to. He didn't want to get tied in the wake of Larson in front of him. Elected to stay high, and I think it may have cost him a little bit. Not yet. 29 cars on the lead lap, including Cole Custer, got the free pass as Blaney moves to second. Eric Jones still on that outside. Making hay. Here he comes. That Jones boy against Joey Logano for 6th place. He's got a good car all weekend long.
They have done a great job. He and Nemechek have done a great job, and really impressed with one of our champs right there, Joey Logano, as it gets wild back here.
Look out. Not a good angle to hit.
A lot of blocking.
Zane Smith drops to the bottom. Stenhouse trying to move around the outside. Stenhouse up to 11th. Logano going after Reddick for 4th.
Reddick, he continues to try to make that second lane work up there.
Oh no! Oh no! This is exactly what I said about Carson Hocevar, man. He has the speed to make it to the playoffs. It's just his execution and the team's execution is what's stopping.
Oh, there they go.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, these guys are, they just get
Hocevar's done. Ware's done.
Chances as this goes on, and these cautions
Priest is.
keep coming.
Oh, yeah, that's 77s to it. That is twab blocking.
Priest makes it to his pit, and so does Hocevar.
Caution after caution after caution.
That right rear, at least a toe link.
Oh, looks like we're heading to a demo derby.
I mean, I'm not surprised by this.
I mean, oh God. Texas is kind of like
Oh, good grief.
demo derby now.
Kept coming up the racetrack right there, and got the 60 out of room. And got
7
himself right
Carson
to
just
60
put Ryan Priest out of room there.
So easy when those cars take off onto the flat like that.
Let's ride with Ryan Priest.
Did you see the replay yet?
No, for some reason the guy's swing is messing up.
The 77 went airborne.
Oh shit! And that's where the swing fleece is at. All you kidding me?
Custer, there may have been contact there as they all tried to check up. Look at that. So I'm looking at it too at the corner of his eye.
I'm gonna do on Twitter. I'm probably do a replay on Twitter.
He won't be very happy about that. Let's watch from Chris Buescher.
Oh shit!
listen to him downshift. Only way you can get moved up. Fantastic job. Broke the toe link on this car. Jamie?
Travis Peterson is the crew chief for Michael McDowell. They're on those older tires.
Dude, I used to see like a slingshot of with the 77s up in the
Oh, yeah.
For sure. A lot of guys have done that today. We were fortunate because of our misfortune and penalties earlier that we had the opportunity to do right and not have to wait on fuel there, which gained us a lot. You know, we had one restart to go because he's selling behind the final. We had a run with a match for the lead. Start third here. I think we'll have another shot at it. So I believe he can do it. We needed track position. We unfortunately lost it earlier, but now we got it back again. So I believe in Mike Leo XC record.
All right, let's keep our eyes on the 71, Mike.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that slim down one. Shit, man.
Love it. Like a crew chief that backs his driver up. His biggest problem is those two cars in front of him have been the fastest cars. Yeah, Michael talked about pre-race finishing 11th to 13th, and this will be a huge improvement for that. 10 cautions today so far. I think that latter two words you just said are very important. That would be him.
Oh, I see the part with the $77 up in the I found it all replay of it.
Yeah, he's really
Yeah, the horse just rode up on his front tire.
Really to drive and really edgy for the drivers to know when the cars
Bro, someone is blaming the underbody for it, even though it didn't even test by the underbody. Are you that dumb?
It's so fast. And everybody coming in here thought turn 2 was Calamity Corner. It's to use Chris Economaki's term. But it's been turn 4. These incidents have happened today. Oh, they've been trading off and on. Yeah, they're taking turns. Let's have a look at Fox around the turn. The Indy cars will race on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. We'll be in Kansas with the NASCAR Cup Series next Sunday. Pre-race 1:30, the race at 3 o'clock Eastern on FS1. And on Sunday, May 18th, the NHRA is back in action from Chicago, 2 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Still 27 to go here, and 26 cars on the lead lap. Let's have a look and show you in case you missed it today. Denny Hamlin at lap 75 blew up. That was after the first caution at lap 21. Josh Berry spun from the lead at lap 126. Then Chris Buescher hit the wall, cut down a tire, limped around the racetrack, but debris put out the caution. Then Bubba Wallace gets him turned around, and 6 cars pile up. At lap 173. And then Kyle Busch at lap 229 spins off turn number 4. That was caution flag number 9.
Oh, now that swing's back now.
Alright.
And this dude randomly goes on the highway scene. What the fuck are you doing?
30 cars, well, make that 28 cars on the racetrack, with Priest and Ware having gone to the garage. Not this leader today.
But yeah, someone Twitter said, oh, the diffuse that holds the 77 cat, so I'm like, what?
No, it was the impact that caused it.
I'm like, dude, if it was the underbody, he would have whipped it up from the other side. And someone reposted it.
Oh my goodness.
I want to see if anyone would lead with him.
Put on a lot of good memories over there. Track had it been heavy with all this rain that they've had in this area. You know, them babies were flying. He just reminds me so much of the drivers of the Parnelli Jones, AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti era. Anything, anytime, race it to win. And they would.
make this kid mad. I've seen him mad like once in my life.
And the other thing is, he races. You can't rattle him either.
Nothing.
Even, if he's flipped upside down or whatever it is, I mean, he just is in so many scenarios that he can adapt and adjust. And you see him right here taking the lead in the Xfinity race yesterday and driving off into the sunset.
I think seeing all that probably helps you overcome it too. Having a race tomorrow night, give me another win. Get that behind me.
Sam Mayer on that restart. And drove off in the Texas sunset. Do the same today.
Well, this restart right here, Ryan Blaney hasn't been able to get a very good start on the last couple starts, and now he's going to have an opportunity to be side by side with Kyle Larson. He's got to fire off well to where he can get himself in a position to side draft and try to defend himself. From
Ross Chastain's and I'm gonna notice some drivers here that are in the top 20. Chastain, he's in 7th. He's been quiet all race. Keselowski 13th. Riley Herbst 14th.
His car may be faster and cleaner than Kyle Larson's.
He's got to get there. This restart, he's going to do it. We've seen it all day today. The only other
Justin Haley 18th.
Lap cars, and with 25 laps to go, closing in on the end of this race, you're not going to see any lap traffic. So get aggressive on this restart. Get yourself a good jump.
Alex Bowman, Jesse Love checked and released at the infield care center.
I believe you have to get in position almost before turn 1, Kevin. Start on that outside. Very
All
challenging.
right, turn my face cam on for this one.
Bro, I love how people say if they go back to Sin Lease and sets, we won't see flips. That's kind of wild.
I mean,
You realize
going back to the Gen 6 is very unrealistic. Very unrealistic.
But I'm gonna say this: if we didn't hit in the door at like Talladega, Daytona, doing sideways, we're gonna lift off. If you just hit anywhere, we're lifting off.
The guys just have their car number, and I think back to Suarez and SVG a few weeks ago when they pulled into each other's pits.
Why'd you choose the happy face?
And if this new hole, the only way we can really flip if we didn't hit in the front in a certain way, or if we're at full speed and slide at a certain angle.
That was part of my fan club. From the beginning.
I've known you. That's what they call it.
That's been my pit sign for it. As long as I've raced and made it easy to find my pit stop. Something different.
That's right.
Didn't want to be just a number five.
All right, 23 laps to go when we restarted. Again, McDowell was on the outside of Kyle Larson. McDowell with those 2 tires on the last pit stop at lap 221. 22 laps ago. Not much green flag racing since. 2 caution flags since then. Let's try to settle this.
Green flag back out. Larson didn't have that good of a start. McDowell to the lead.
Well, I may see what happened in the restart box right there.
McDowell, the guy who only took 2 tires.
Didn't see that coming.
Come on, Reddick.
Larson fighting for second and Blaney right there.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was almost a crash.
What has happened to Larson? He is in trouble. Making a second setting sail after McDowell. Logano in the picture. Eric Jones coming up. Something's wrong with Larson. Now here's Logano going around him.
Yeah, maybe there's.
Oh yeah, something. Larson's cooked.
Single file out of turn 4. McDowell, the 3/4 second lead. And here's third on back. Logano, Larson under fire from Reddick on the inside. McDowell with a 3/4 second lead.
Maybe what happened right there, Clint, is they just got out of the groove, and when those cars get side by side like that.
Oh no!
And it is Custer, Keselowski, Kyle.
This is gonna Cautions after cautions.
Capping this day off with a positive.
Oh, there they go again.
Brad Keselowski, man, his Austin Cindric.
Caution flag number 11. And that's the way these races go. I mean, history is
I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised by this.
Well, that had been the most improbable restart we have seen in a long time.
You know what? They only have 10 Texas into a super speedway. It's always like that.
McDowell taking off from Larson, who is now 5th, and Brad Keselowski. This race comes to an end. The struggles continue, don't they? Yeah, it's been a tough
What a garbage season for Brad Keselowski, man.
Mm-hmm.
What a trash year for Brad so far. I feel bad. What an atrocious season he's having. Oh, yeah, he just went in the corner and just spun out.
But those cars side by side in space like they were, and him being kind of in the middle of those two lanes, just it makes weird things happen with the aero side of these cars. And
Kyle Busch spun out too.
And to your point, look at this back here. It's on the racetrack. It feels so narrow down that back straightaway. It is such a narrow distance between wall to wall.
What is that? Caution number 11, 12?
Did you see Gibbs just barely squeaked
Um,
on the inside? Here comes Custer sliding in and Busch as well.
Probably 10 or 11.
He's been all over the place today, hasn't he? Tell you who's had the most eventful day is Chris Buescher. Every time there's a crash, we're watching Buescher drive right through it and avoid everything. We're downshifting. Yes. He's done a good job of downshifting. He's made some ground up today by missing all those wrecks. So from the last crash, Ryan Preece checked at the infield hospital and released while Carson Hocevar is still in the race, but 3 laps down. This Keselowski sideways, clogging the track, and they pile up behind him. Ty Dillon also involved with 3 cars that rolled to a stop here. Ware, Busch, and Cindric. Now, what happened to Kyle Larson on the restart? Let's listen in.
Sorry about that.
I think the second part of what he said was the most important thing. He got the push from Reddick. Larson had 0 help behind him. Blaney's having trouble on these restarts. I've noticed it several times with him. He just cannot get off of the line. And there's a big gap in front of him because of that. Reddick had the push on McDowell, pushed him right to the lead. And I Blaney being second, I just would rather fire off and take my chances on the front row with some anticipation and roll speed getting into that box. It hasn't worked for him on the bottom. All right, pit stops for the front row cars and Kyle Busch. As Keselowski is hauled back to the garage, Chris Buescher stops as well. Here with 18 laps to go. Well, it would be interesting to hear what Ryan Blaney and those guys are talking about. Clint and I were just trying to figure out exactly why we lose so much ground on all these restarts with the 12, but it has been very consistent as we've gone through the day. I can't figure out whether he's spinning his tires,
Caution, man.
gearbox issues, something. That car has a gap in front of it almost every single restart here. Michael McDowell's retention. Here's Ryan Blaney's race. We'll get back to that in a moment, but this guy's mark at the end of stage 1 and top 10 at stage 2. It's been all forward. Now, McDowell, when I say 89%, his rate at holding position and not losing spots, 89%, like 8 out of 9. Jamie.
When I interviewed his crew chief, Travis Peterson, you guys commented on how positive he was. Well, he's keeping that up. This was just moments ago.
Reset, lock back in here. Really good job. So you got nothing on you up front. Let's go. Lock in. Deep breath. Next 2.
I'm staying corrected. I thought he was in trouble.
they were talking about all this optimism and the excitement of the win here, and I looked up to see Blaney and Larson, that have been two of the fastest cars on the racetrack in front of him, thought, no way he's going to be able to have this opportunity. Blaney takes the bottom, opens that outside up, right to the lead we go.
Michael McDowell is in it to win it. Regan.
Well, guys, just something to think about on this 12-car Ryan Blaney. Also, as we're watching him take the bottom there, he has been very, very loose most of the day today and struggling over the bumps, so much so that he said the bumps in 1 and 2 are almost shaking the car up underneath him. I've got to wonder if maybe that looseness that he had been fighting, even though they finally gotten it tightened up some right now, is maybe what's keeping him from picking that top lane.
Well, very, very possible. I mean, when your car is that edgy on the top side of this racetrack, and you know that bump in turn 4 is there, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you might, you're on edge. And
hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah, Regan, that is a great point, because once things get going, once things sort of, who's been passing cars today? Ryan Blaney and Tyler Reddick. So you don't have to take chances on the restart if you're confident that once things get rolling, you can make those passes. Here we go.
All right, we're going back to green already.
Right here, and I like this choice. I think he's against a car that is not as good as what Kyle Larson was when he was battling up there. And I think at this point in the race, you gotta roll the dice and go for the win.
Larry, are we too late for trends? Absolutely not. It's Texas, and it's late.
Oh, yeah, these things smell really good for no reason.
The last 3 years, average of gas caution about 7 laps from now. 9 laps to go, 1 overtime, but the final green flag stretch has been 6 or less laps in 3 of the last 4 Texas races. Oh boy. Logano up there in the second row. Since last week's finish got wiped out in Tech, he's still looking for his first top 5 of the year.
Yeah, don't count him out. We've seen him win some of these races where you didn't even know where it was all day. And that is just one of those numbers. Just one of those days. Yeah.
Imagine if Joey Logano wins after all this.
I feel like he might. Knowing how they are, maybe. Just maybe. They might wet into his favor. You never know.
15 to go when they get to the stripe. Chevy.
Green flag back out.
Here we go.
Well, that was just what Ryan Blaney needed, was that bump from that 5 car to keep him even with the
Blaney and McDowell. Oh, a little squirrely in the back.
Jones way up high. Steven on the outside of Reddick. Stenhouse on the bottom.
This is for the win. Yeah, this is for the win, but this is the part that Ryan Blaney is the most worried about right here as he goes through the middle of this corner. How will this car go over that bump?
All right, side by side and enter turn 4.
Good so far. He's going to have a big run.
Oh, yeah.
Michael McDowell's going to side draft to try to keep him at bay.
Side by side still. Oh!
He saved it. Down to the apron. He keeps
Saved it, but caution's out.
Who's in front here, guys? Well, we have to go back to the last scoring limit.
Oh.
Like I said,
Dang it, Reddick. Ugh. Dude, all of my guys are getting involved in incidents. First, we have Denny Hamlin with the engine trouble, then Bubba Wallace with that wreck early in stage 3, and now Reddick's spin. Unbelievable. All my guys.
Is every single one to slide without like getting left in this place?
That just happens, man. You're gonna hit. That just happens. Like, at least Reddick's still in the race, obviously, but.
So another slide I saw like Hamlin because I actually listened to his podcast for once, and now he's probably one of my favorite sliders now. And Kyle Busch on the left, Please, Belly, and how wet they're around.
Ooh.
And host of all the salute.
Yeah, Reddick and
fantastic save. That could have been huge. 99 big run. Look at this save by Tyler Reddick. Unbelievable that he saves this car.
He saved a lot of other cars too. Yeah. Keeping that car under control and not letting it slide up the racetrack or snap up the racetrack kept a lot of other cars from getting wrecked.
And Buscher gets to avoid another one. Back down through the gearbox, my man goes. This time, there's nothing to avoid.
And like I said, and imagine if Logano wins this.
Guys, look how close this
He
is.
might.
That caution came out
He might
just-
pull off what he done at Nashville again.
You could have another one of those.
That's how close it was at the last
That's kind of what this is feeling like. It's like costing after the costing after another one. This only when we tell that he's gonna win. Maybe and maybe not, or we might still a random win.
Yeah, good job of keeping it underneath of him and not sliding up in front of traffic when he got down there to 1 and 2. Yes.
Who's this saying? I don't blame the 99 or the 45 on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just you realize that 99 touched at the last, he could have went around, and that could have been a little sweat.
Yeah.
That was an amazing save.
I mean, they could have kept it green. I mean,
Yeah. I think they just plus his Austin bone because they thought he was gonna go up into the pack. Normally at like an angle like that, that's normally what happens.
yeah, and I think the smoke had something to do with it too. But
No, I think they was just sort of happy when they saw that.
mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, he's going up into that pack hole, as we know, or something like that.
Sheesh, I didn't watch the truck race, but golly, what a hit!
Oh yeah, that.
I didn't watch the truck race, but
I
sheesh.
saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I only watched the final 15 laps of the Xfinity race yesterday, so
I didn't even watch that. I just watched the highlights of it. Man, they flipped that one part of the last so much.
and just like that, we're going back to green. Okay, good deal.
It's like we got back-to-back Dillsons at Texas in 2014, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when he flipped the last like dude?
Who?
And Dillson, when he flipped at the last like dude, like back in 2014, the
I
same
think I
time.
remember. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
I think it's so actually hauling fire. Like the
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he did, and he went up and into the turn one wall. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Oath was involved, I believe. I just saw it was a 4 or 5 car lap.
All right.
I might be getting confused with some other what that happened back then.
All right. Let's see how these final 10 laps will be. 10 laps left. Side by side in turn one once again. McDowell.
Oh no, I done add White in, and are you kidding me?
McDowell to the lead. Blaney falling back. Logano's going to be in second.
Well, I got an ad at the worst moment possible. On
Please,
foot.
McDowell, hold on. Please, McDowell, hold on. Do not want a Logano.
I'm moving Seth Sings up beside I want Seth Sings around.
Eric Jones in the top 5.
This race is not over. 8 to go. Though the front 5 have pulled away from Kyle Larson and the rest of the field. These Penske guys are going to give him all they want. A lot of laps on both sides of these tires on the 71 car. The longer they run, the less of an advantage he'll have with his clean air.
And I think that the
The cycles on the tires have
He hasn't won since the Indianapolis road course race back in 2023, which we did do a live race reaction stream to that race.
Yeah.
He's got the fastest lap, 28.93. Flats behind him. Go, Cat, go. 7 to go. Spire Motorsports started 2 cars in the top 5.
I hope he wins. Mainly
He's got
because
6 more laps.
you know. I want to see them do a win.
Please.
Well, that car is naturally going to be tighter on those 2 tires. So you see Joey Logano now up the racetrack trying to find something different. He's going to have a big run. He made that work through turns 1 and 2, Clint.
Logano was 1300ths faster that lap. And I saw him slip up down there in 3 and 4, miss that bottom. That's where you're going to start to see this.
Yeah, if I see him closing in.
Yeah.
I
think as long as he can block him with good, he can win.
Hopefully.
Or just run him up into those bumps right there.
5 to go. About to be 4 to go. Oh, Logano's there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I say he can make a pass and win the 22.
Go exactly behind that race car. Seems like in 1 and 2, he's content to let that 22 car run that second lane and then be able to put that car in position. But Joey's there.
Oh, Logano, McDowell, block him. Oh. Biscuits. Son of a biscuit eater. Here comes Blaney.
Oh.
At least he tried. Oh. Are you kidding me?
Oh, and there's Blaney.
Oh, no.
What?
Hard hit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Not Matt Dowell.
Well, he's done.
Yeah, that hole is done with.
That is just brutal.
He took 2.
Oh, we're going to overtime. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. We're going to overtime. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Wait, no, we got 6 to go. Wait. We might. Wait, no.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
going
think so. Oh, yeah, he did.
He might. Yeah, McDowell just got loose. Yep.
No, it's like when we did loose with these new halls, it like is very snappy, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we did loose one way and we to let it back and we just find ourselves up in the wall.
When he ran the 22 down on the apron, I don't feel like he needed to run him that far down the apron. I feel like he could have side drafted right there and at least gave him a fighting chance.
I think it's something to do from the 12.
I hate it for Michael McDowell.
God, Seth Ham was winning to the backfield. Alright, hopefully Seth Ham pulls off something that Seth Ham would do.
Don't let Logano win this race. I don't.
I want to see 2022 Seth Ham right now.
Want Blaney? Hopefully Blaney, man. I'm wanting Blaney, Chastain, especially Eric Jones, Kyle Larson.
So we will restart with perhaps 4 or 5 laps to go. This is not over.
See, wait, who's going to be behind the 1? I think Lawson's going to be behind the 1, so if he does the 1 to do it, pussy to probably pass them both. If they do the restart.
Yeah. And then McDowell, he just brought him down all the way down to the bottom.
I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking right there other than in the block, but he had a really bad angle going in the corner. I think he'd have been better off just to try to stay even. Side draft into turn 3, but Easy to say sitting up here.
You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Texas is actually a pretty good place. I can't believe I actually said it.
I mean, it all
never
goes
thought
into
there'd
it.
be a
Like,
day in my life where I'm being like, you know what? Texas is actually not that bad.
it ain't. It ain't.
It used to be the most boringest race you could possibly watch. Now it's the complete opposite.
For you fans to go back to 1979 and the Daytona 500 on CBS, that had a whole lot of look of Donnie Allison, Cale Yarborough to it, because that is just about what happened, except that day it did not end well.
No, it did not. Never checked. Ended in a fight.
Yes. 8 different winners in the last 8 races at Texas. Names not on that list.
Man, Texas used to be an absolute slugfest when they had the 550 high downforce.
Yeah.
Plenty of aggression.
I see plenty of aggression right there.
Regan, Mike McDowell just climbing on the car on pit road. Michael.
Man, when I heard you say hard hit, I was thinking like, oh shit, someone just ate the steering wheel.
Delaware Live Chevrolet. You know, we were giving it everything we had there to, you know, try to keep track position. And Joey got a run there.
I
Went
just.
as far as I think you could probably go. And then when Blaney slid up in front of me, just took the air off of it, and I lost the back of it. So, you know, I still had the fight in me.
Both Spider cars are what?
You know, I'm just proud of everybody at Spider Motorsports. I know that's not the day we wanted, but we had an opportunity to win the race. Really proud of everybody at Hinder Motorsports, Hinder Engine Shops. You guys saw those restarts. Motors are ripping. So, just hate
Here we go. We're going back to racing.
So, we went forward, it didn't work out. We appreciate the effort.
Chastain is behind Logano.
8 of the top 10 have not won yet this season.
Chastain, do something that we would do back in 2022. Please, for the love of God.
And it's, if you win, you're in the playoffs. How many cautions are we up to now? 12.
Well, either way,
12? Damn.
That's what we're going in overtime, boys.
Dude, we got so many cautions I can't even count.
Yeah, very solid. It wouldn't surprise me if we did not.
Hey, with this second row, it's easy to talk about the Penske cars racing for this win, but the second row, tons of aggression. You're hungry on both of those cars, big time.
2 laps left.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder what time what done did now.
Team Penske on the front row.
If it's anything wild, it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Come on, Blaney or Chastain. Someone stop the 22.
If the 5 divs the one to do it, because he could probably pass them both on the bottom.
Side of the equation for the Penske cars. It'll be 2 laps to go.
Green flag.
And they stacked them up. That's as tight as the whole field has been.
Pretty slow start, buddy.
Logano has a slider advantage. They're 4 wide in the back. Oh man, Logano has a. Yep. Come on, Chastain. Logano's far out. Come on, Chastain.
Well, Joey Logano has done a great job today. They started deep in this field, and he has driven his way to the front, capitalized on every situation, and put himself in position to win this race.
Spoiler brace redeems it all right here around turn 3 and 4. Joey Logano will get his 37th win. The AAA board for Roger Penske.
So worth it.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's unbelievable.
Well. Okay. Congrats to Logano. What a race. Man.
Much needed good runs for all of those cars. Well, and that's the way you rebound from a penalty. You go out and you win the next week. Behind them,
Well, Joey Logano wins, y'all.
last 2 laps was rather anticlimactic compared to the 20 or so that preceded. Well, when Blaney slipped up and couldn't stay to his outside, the race was over.
Well, at least he does some sick burnouts.
Yeah.
That's why he had maybe the top, but there at the end, you just got to mention to the win. It all works out.
Joey has one prior win in Texas, but it came 11 years ago. And he extends the string. He is the 9th different driver to win in Texas in the last 9 races.
Well, he went ahead and took care of the top 5. No top 5 streak. He went ahead and took care of the no wins problem.
This is the second win for Ford this year.
Yeah.
With Josh Berry winning at Vegas.
You mentioned Ricky Stenhouse. That 6th place finish will move Stenhouse above the cut line. 16.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give this race a 8 out of 10.
Okay, this was a good race. This was indeed a good race. Yeah. So, all right. Christopher Bell and John Nemechek having a discussion.
All right, now I'm gonna stay for a bit.
Oh. We're gonna hold up.
Oh, my phone's about dead.
Dude. Oh my gosh.
What?
It became a reality.
What?
Joey Logano winning this race. It became a reality. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, but I'll have it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go.
All right. Well, this was an interesting race. This was a good race overall. There were some cautions that played a little bit of rhythm of how the race went, obviously, which I'm not surprised about it. But anyways, this was a pretty great race. Great, good Texas race. About what I expected. Congratulations to Joey Logano. Dang it. Yeah, anyways, peace out, y'all.